Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's Liverpool against West Ham United in the Carabao Cup fourth round. The official lineups are out in 5 minutes. We're now 5 minutes away from kickoff. Somewhat unusual now with the Premier League allowing the lineups to come out an hour and 15 minutes for a kickoff. Not the case when it comes to the League Cup. So we don't know what the team is just yet. So we're going to get the surprise element. And I have to be honest with you, I've missed it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Not so much me, Gio, because I hold off and I still wait for you to tell me. So actually nothing's changed in my little world, really. I tend to avoid it, even though it's, out 10 minutes before we generally go live. So that's fine. I do often wonder, we don't know. Mary and I, both managers, are like in the same building. I reckon they know. I reckon they know.
Yeah, the team sheets go in an hour and a half before kickoff.
Right, okay, yes, okay, fine.
So at 6:30, it's the captain's job. So at 6:30, Bowen, if he's playing, if not Kilman, maybe Cresswell, maybe.
Cresswell captain. I can't believe you want Cresswell.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you want Cresswell to start. This is ridiculous.
But anyway, if Cresswell was the captain, for example, he would go to the referee's room, and the Liverpool counterpart would go to the referee's room with the written out team sheet and give it to the referee. So then you get the. I think they write it on the white bit of paper, and I think there's a pink slip and a yellow slip and a blue slip. It's like the old school receipts that you used to get.
Okay.
I think they've still got that, and then the opposite team get one bit of that. They get one shade of the paper. Referee keeps the rest of it or whatever. So I don't know. We'll ask someone. We'll ask.
Maybe to go in it's paper, scissors, stone or something like that. Hold on. Ready?
But on 3 though, didn't show, right?
Okay, all right. There you go. That's the content you didn't know you needed.
And your prize is you get to pick the team for West Ham tonight. Congratulations.
Okay, well done, Captain Cresswell.
That's how we've been doing it all season, so we may as well continue. What do we fancy? Get Rod Stewart in there for the cup draw.
Absolutely.
We got our Thomas Souček in central midfield next to Edson Alvarez. Oh, there we go. That was a good draw, wasn't it?
That's spicing up football, yeah.
Anyway, see what happens when the lineups aren't quite out yet.
We just waited 2 minutes for that nonsense. We've done all right.
The whole show goes to pot. Yeah. Anyway, the lineups will be out in a minute or so. But if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and also do drop a like on it, regardless if you're new or not. It helps out the video. So anyone that goes into YouTube, puts in Liverpool West Ham, this video, it won't be at the top. We're up against Liverpool channels tonight. There's a lot of them and they're big. So maybe we could get 4th or 5th maybe with your help. That would be appreciated. So please do drop a like on it. I do love Rod Stewart. I like his music. I also like that cup draw. If you haven't seen it, if anyone hasn't seen it, go Google it. Just put drunk Rod Stewart Scottish cup draw.
Scottish what?
Cup draw.
Oh, right.
So it was just a standard procedure, balls in the ball, right? But Rod Stewart clearly had a few drinks before, and most people just I've got the Patreon giveaway ball here for next month already, right? Most people just go like this, right? Rod Stewart was like, whoa! He's very elaborate with his
nice
with his format. Made it exciting. Anyway, the team. What are you? Is there anyone you're hoping not to see?
Aaron Cresswell's captain at left back. Quite frankly, not that I've got anything against Cresswell, of course.
What happens if he's not captain and just left back?
Neither would do me. I think there's nothing wrong with Aaron Cresswell, and I do understand the reasoning for keeping around. I think he's good to have in a dressing room. I don't mean he hangs people's shirts up on hangers and things like that. What I mean is he's good character to have around, I think is the point.
Would you like to know the starting 11?
Oh dear, go on.
No, in goal is Lucas Fabianski, a back four of Vladimir Sufal right back. We've got Todibo and Kilman centre back and Aaron Cresswell at left back.
Oops.
In midfield, we've got, I'll name the 3 midfielders. We can work out who's number 10, if anyone. The 3 midfielders is Thomas Souček, Edson Alvarez, and Carlos Soler. And then we've got Bowen on the right, Somerville on the left, and Danny Ings up front.
Yeah, so he's got some of his top guys in there. Let's put it that way. I mean, obviously Ings is in there, which is good for him. But I mean, Bowen's one of his top guys, as is Alvarez. You could argue possibly Suchek is, and Kilman certainly is. But it's a rotated lineup. There's no doubt about that at all. To be honest with you, I don't mind. I don't mind so much, really. What I don't mind is I don't mind him playing Soler. I quite like to see him. I don't. It's a shame. I think we're slow. I think it's a slow team. So hopefully Todibo can bring some much needed pace to that back line. Some of it I'm pleased to see, but it's going to be tough. You know, we're in for a tough one tonight, no doubt about it. Because I'm quite sure that the Liverpool lineup is going to be really, really strong. I was just before you rudely interrupted me. I was just speaking about Aaron Cresswell basically, and just saying that whilst I appreciate him being retained for morale purposes for the squad, we are looking, you know, pretty slow, and I think we may well. I would have preferred us to have brought a younger left back in who we could, you know, maybe teach and groom into the role of being Emerson's understudy, who was going to get better. Cresswell's he's not going to get any faster. He's going to carry on getting slower, and I just worry about that somewhat. That being said, if we play in the sort of system that we were asked to play against Chelsea, Cresswell's not going to be asked to do much defending at all, really. He's going to be up as a left winger, pretty much. So, but I don't think we're going to do that. I do think we're going to be playing in the way that we have played away from home. And with that in mind, I'm not sure he's the best guy for the job either. So, just depends. I know they're not going to start with Salah there. I'm guessing you'll read the Liverpool team out in a minute when you finish typing out the West Ham team. But I do think he's going to have someone pacey up against him at some point. So I'm slightly concerned about that. Ings, well, we need to get some service to him, get someone close to him.
I'm not happy. No, I'm not happy. Listen, I'm prepared. Coming into tonight's game, I'm prepared to forget about the Premier League so far. Like, cup competitions are a completely different thing. It's all about winning. I said to you this morning, we could play 5-5-0 and win. I don't care. Right? As long as we get through, I'm not that arsed. But to me, the manager taking a cup seriously is very important to me. I think it's a number one priority I look for in a West Ham manager. And that 11 ain't taking it seriously, in my opinion. It's not like the entire 11 I'm unhappy with. It's 3 or 4 players maybe, but I'm not happy with this at all, actually. You know, when he arrived, he spoke about trophies, and certain players have been speaking about trophies, like Jared Bowen said the aim for this season is to win a trophy. Well, that 11 ain't telling me that the priority of the season is to win a trophy. I'm not happy. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that coming at the end of the game, I'm celebrating, and this has been a masterclass. But bear in mind, we haven't produced a masterclass with our first 11 this season. I struggle to believe that we're going to go to Anfield with this team and pull off something that knocks Liverpool out the Carabao Cup. I'd be pretending in line if I sat here going, do you know what? I'm more optimistic after seeing this 11. I was already quite pessimistic going into this game. I'm even worse now after seeing that. I'm not happy. If he put out what I feel was a strong 11, and I'm not going to say strongest because he doesn't know what it is yet. We don't know what West Ham's strongest 11 is yet. So if he put out a strong 11, and that does not include Aaron Cresswell in the team, and it doesn't include Thomas Souček in the team, and I don't think it includes Danny Ings in the team, right?
No.
But and some of those players are playing, right? Fabianski tonight, yep. Kilman, Alvarez, Bowen. They're in the strongest 11. We can all debate about Todibo and Soler and like there's some players, right?
But Cresswell and Soufal are not.
Yes, but put out a strong 11, and he's not done that. It just
I mean, Kudus is the bigger mission for me there, Gio. I've got to say, I know he's not been maybe in the best of form, but the probably as much of a priority as anyone else is to get him in form. He can make a real difference for us. Bowen has not been in form, but Bowen has got a goal or two and an assist. Kudus is probably the one player. There was, I mean, listen, we've all done some videos and some bits and pieces after the Chelsea game. One of my videos, actually on 2 of my videos, 2 separate Chelsea fans come on and I think they almost felt a bit sorry for us, which is even worse. You almost prefer an opposition fan to come on and give you a bit of stick. But he said, "Oh, never mind, mate. By the way, I thought Kudus looked like a real handful." So as the opposition, you're thinking this guy's a danger to us. I do believe that Kudus would have been somebody that may well have had, Arne Slot and their defenders scrambling around having to do something. I mean, I'm sure we'll see him off the bench if indeed he is on the bench. I'm sure he is. But that's the big loss for me. I think it's almost anything. It's Cresswell and Ings that are probably demonstrating that this is a second string. Had he have swapped to Debo for Mavropanos, that doesn't bother me. Soler in for Paquetá, that doesn't bother me. Probably would have done it myself. I think it's Ings and Cresswell really more than anything that probably make this look like. I struggle to say he's not going to take it seriously. I mean, look, let's be fair. I thought we were going to lose this game anyway. I really didn't think there was any way of winning it. But you'd like to see he has to go for it and he has to try it, particularly given the number of fans that are travelling up there, particularly given what had happened last season. And particularly given the context of he shouldn't really be in trouble at this early in his career, but he is for reasons that we've discussed numerous occasions. It was really up to him today to take all that on board and start a recovery process for him. Lopetegui.
I think he is on Saturday.
Well, he is, yes, but that's what I'm saying. But he could have really gone some way today by taking this very seriously and by actually going for it. Winning this today actually changes our mood completely. So at the moment, if this happened, as fans, we look at it and think, well, okay, actually, we're not in the bottom three. We've now won three. Well, sorry, we've not lost away from home. We've played Liverpool and we're still in the cup, and we can look forward to that next draw, and we can still keep on dreaming and keep believing. Losing, it's what I said when I said to Nick when I did my video the other day. Can he afford for his job to lose this? Yes. But what this does, losing this, is it actually almost sucks the joy and the life out of us a little bit. I think, right, okay, right, it's going to be like that, is it, for this season? That's the issue.
It's not just this season; it's cup competitions. I feel really deflated, actually. Yeah, but right, what can you read out the subs bench? It'll be on the screen in just a second. Can you read it out while I type up the Liverpool team, please?
Yeah. I think I've actually got it here. So substitutes bench is Wesley, clean sheet, Fodringham, Mikhail, Antonio. So it's just the order I'm reading it out. It's obviously just our West Ham. I printed it out. Lucas Paqueta is on the bench. Mohamed Kudus, who we mentioned earlier. Konstantinos Mavropanos, the man with the best name in football. Guido Rodriguez. Aaron Obi-Wan-Bissaka. Emerson. And number 39. Just in case you didn't know this, for those of you that were in the stadium against Chelsea, the announcer sort of said, He said, number introduced onto the pitch. Number 3, Aaron Cresswell, and number 39. He didn't know. It's Irving, Sandy Irving. So that is the bench for today's game for West Ham. Good players on the bench, no doubt about it at all. Obviously, the big question is where's Fulkrug? Well, I guess the answer is still bloody injured.
Well, here's the Liverpool team for you. In goal is Keller, as expected. The back four, they've got Conor Bradley at right back. In the centre of defence partnership, they've got Joe Gomez as well as Konsa, where Smikas playing left back. Endo as a defensive midfielder. We might be playing sort of in a double pivot with Curtis Jones tonight because Liverpool have gone full on attack here. They've got Cody Gakpo, they've got Jota, they've got Chiesa, and they've also got Darwin Nunez as well. They've got an extra attacker compared to the usual lineup.
Yeah, and I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like Nunez. I do. I know sometimes he can miss chances, but I think he's a good player. I really do. I'd really liked us to have signed him, to be honest with you. Chiesa was their big signing of the summer. It's gonna be an interesting one for him. It's not their best back line, granted, but I think I like Bradley. Bradley's a decent player. There was a point last season where he was in the team and playing really, really well. Look, Nunez is fast and strong. Gakpo is fast and strong. Jota, I think I saw Jota in the lineup. Just waiting for it to scroll through now. He is confined space in the box. Good. It's not necessarily good in the air, but he can find pockets of space where he doesn't necessarily have to contest the header with the centre back. He's good at sniffing out space, which means he scores headers. That's a good team. We are up against a really, really good team, and I think well, as you alluded to earlier, I think this would have been a struggle with our best team, not just our best team against Liverpool's best team, our best team at Anfield against this lot who you're seeing strong down the bottom of your screen. That would have been tough anyway. That being said, can the defence be much worse than it was last time? I'm thinking not. I don't think you're going to get the super special there with Alvarez filling in at centre back, because I don't think that he's going to want to leave Souček there. So I'm thinking we might see something a little bit more conventional in this one with our formation, with our setup. I don't think it's going to be quite as innovative. And it might be back to basics, and I don't mind that at all.
The bench for Liverpool, they've got Jaros on there, who's their substitute goalkeeper, alongside, just wait for it. I haven't typed it out and I'm not going to, but here's Liverpool's bench tonight. Van Dijk, Luis Diaz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold and Morton. So that's nice. They've got one youngster on the bench for us, but they've got their superstars ready to come on if needs be. I'm doing my best to stay calm, Gonzo, because I don't know what's the way to occur. Like, I'm trying. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to remain calm, truth be told, because I want to win this tournament. I want to win the Carabao Cup. And like I said, we could put our strongest 11 tonight in what he thinks is our strongest 11. This ain't it, by the way. Like I said, I know we don't know what his strongest team is, but this is certainly not it. But if we went strong tonight, the attitude was right, the tactics were right, or it was maybe slightly wrong, and we got beat. Fair enough. It's not the end of the world, right? But to do this, it feels like the end of the world for me a little bit. Well, what we're playing for this season are we going to change our attitude when it comes to the FA Cup? Are we rotating? Why are we rotating the team tonight? Or I say rotating. I don't mind giving players an opportunity, and I think this is an opportunity for our Carlos Soler, for example.
Yeah.
This ain't an opportunity for Alan Creswell. He could be man of match tonight. He's back on the bench at the weekend. This is purely just rotation for the sake of rotation. And the frustrating thing is, half that bench we've got tonight, which is a strong bench, will come on at some point. He's still going to bring on Kudus at some point with 20 minutes to go. And it's not even like they've got the entire night off. They're just playing lesser minutes in the game. And we've seen this guy do subs in the first half now. I wouldn't be surprised Kudus is on after 20 minutes. Never mind with 20 minutes to go.
Right. That's right.
Could be 20 minutes on the clock and he's shipping on Mavropanos to tighten it up or something. I'm just really disappointed. I'm really... I feel a little bit let down because I'm not bothered about the league. I was angry about Saturday, but I've not got any fears of relegation. I'm not sitting here, oh no, we might get. I'm not arsed. My pre-season prediction was 11th, and that was just a bit of like lick your finger and stick it in the air type prediction. I don't know, somewhere between 7th and 14th in there. So I've gone 11. I'm sticking to that one. I think we'll still be in around the middle of the mid-table, regardless of the start. But you only get one chance at this cup. Once you're out, you're out. There's no redemption. We could get beat by Brentford, but go beat Ipswich before the international break. And suddenly it's not the end of the world. We might be 14th or 15th, but you shrug at it and go, there's a long way yet. It's not the end. It's nothing to be concerned about. But the cup is the be all and end all for me. It really is. The cups are sort of judgment day. I'm hoping that there's a masterclass. I'm hoping that these boys have the game of their life and we go on in shithouse a 1-0 win. And I'd be delighted. But it's difficult to convince myself that that's going to occur. It's a team as expected for Liverpool. If anything, I think they've gone a bit more attacking. I did my little guess on Patreon and one player wrong. Yota's, who did I say? I said Gakpo. Yeah, Nunez is starting instead of Szoboszlai with my little predictions. If I can get 10 correct, I expect West Ham to have got 10 right. But just...
Mate, listen, it's not great, but I'll reserve judgment on this until I see how we play. I'm not going to overly change my prediction, which I can't remember what the prediction was, which is certainly for West Ham to lose. But 3-1. 3-1. Yeah, I mean, I don't think differently for that. But, we're on the eve of the game now. We're on the cusp of the game. I understand you being disappointed. I'm not looking at that and thinking I'm thrilled with it. But I'm also not looking at defence. Whatever defence he would have put out today, I would have been worried about it. whatever the back line would have been, because he's lost my confidence with what I saw against Chelsea. With that, the tactics have completely lost my confidence in him defensively. But I really want him to.
Yeah, but I think the difference is, though, even if the tactics are right tonight, I think you're asking a lot of your personnel choices. On Saturday, I think he got the personnel correct to some extent. We can debate to even have panels, but I think the personnel was right. It was just the way that we deployed the team. But tonight, even if he gets his tactics right, I think they still may struggle because we've got Chiesa up against Creswell and Gakpo up against Soufal. And then you've got Jota lurking in behind Nunez, probably sitting in that space. Yeah. So even if the centre backs, I've not got a problem with the centre backs, the goalkeeper. No. To some extent, I'm okay with the midfield to some extent. I wanted Alvarez and Soler. I personally wouldn't have had Souček, but I get why he's done it because he's wanting to go route one from the back to get up to the pitch. He's going to be hitting it long to Thomas Souček and trying to get Danny Ings off of it. But my concern is I think we're going to see the Danny Ings of West Ham last season, which is isolated up front and struggling. And this is an anti-Ings. I think he do you know something? I think out of the ones that have come in that I wouldn't have picked, he's the one that I can actually sort of understand, which is, well, why not give him a crack? If Fulkrug's unavailable, Antonio's not been great this season. I get why he's gone, well, you're in. I get that. I'm going to be my pick, but I can understand it. But it's just maybe 3 players away from being a good team tonight. Emerson and Wan-Bissaka in, and then Kudus in for someone. I think I'd have been okay with that. Whether it's Souček or Ings that's up there with Kudus, I'd have been all right with that. But
this team was picked a long time ago. This starting lineup. This is why you didn't see Ings at the weekend. This team was possibly picked. As obviously there's some injury, so you don't know, but more or less this team would have been picked pretty much after the Bournemouth game. He would have known he was playing Ings. He would have known he was playing Cresswell. I would not be surprised if those guys were promised game time in this fixture. I'm quite sure of that, because I'm scratching our heads, on Saturday, thinking, why isn't Ings coming on? He's the guy that's come and scored the goal, and he's just sat on a bench and he's sort of doing everything but bringing Ings on. So, but I'm with you. I think they're the 2 things that smack of rotation more than anything. As if you want rotation for rotation's sake, as you say, Soler, I probably would have brought him in anyway. Tadibo would have brought him in anyway. Ings and Cresswell, those are the ones for me. And obviously he wanted Cresswell, but I've started to suspect, as I've mentioned relatively recently, I do think he's a little bit 18 months behind in his thinking anyway, which I think that's when he did try and buy Cresswell and Antonio. But I also think, as I've mentioned, I also think, since then, the last 2 years, 18 months, Premier League's been packed full of fast players. I'm not sure he's adjusted to it quite. Yeah, I might be wrong, but play like when you get into your mid-30s, 18 months, a long time. There's a lot of deterioration can happen within that time. So
tell me about it. I had to get a weed whacker from Manscaped for the hair in my ear. That's something new to me in my 30s. Didn't have that in my 20s, that's for sure. So.
A rogue grey pube as well. You're lucky.
Not got that yet. Great.
Not in your ear anyway. No, thank you very much.
I'm depressed enough as it is right now. Let's not make things worse, right? Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a bet giveaway. There will be no phrase at pace tonight. We're just going to take people's comments because we've done the show back to front due to the fact that because of the lineup, really. Right, Gonzo, what are you fancying for the bet?
Look, I don't know. Listen, it's going to sound disingenuous. I always feel the need to do a West Ham win. West Ham's win on penalties. But I don't think we're going to do it. It's just I can't quite. I'm happy enough to predict a loss, but I don't like betting on one. I don't know why. It's
all right, Gonzo. When I came up to set my computer on for this show, I thought, do you know what I'd really love to do? Piss a fiver up the wall.
Do what you want.
I'm doing it. It's going in because if we do qualify and we've bet on Liverpool, I'm going to hate myself for it. So I'm putting us to qualify in there. I'm going to put in. It's got to be a Soufal booking, isn't it? Is Soufal or Creswell? Which one? They're both going to get roasted, I think.
Soufal.
They've got really attacking fullbacks as well. So I really like Conor Bradley. I think he's excellent at going forward. Completely different profile to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got the passing and vision, but Bradley's got the dribbling. Somerville's got his hands full tonight in terms of a defensive role. Anything else you're fancying for this bet? I mean, that's not
what
bad odds.
is the West Ham to win on penalties not 100-1? Is that not enough?
It's just West Ham to qualify. So even if we win in 90 minutes, it still counts.
I'm okay. Okay.
Just in case it's a shithouse masterclass, I thought I'd better cover that as well. Just in case.
Alvarez card.
Alvarez to get a booking as well. Yeah, that'll do. Gee, bloody hell. Right, okay. 300 quid. If this bet wins, someone's going to get £300 tonight. It's West Ham to qualify, whether that's in 90 minutes or in penalty, doesn't matter. West Ham to qualify. And then we've done Soufal and Alvarez to get a yellow card. So if that happens, someone wins 300 quid. To enter, please, first of all, you have to be subscribed to the channel. Second of all, just get your thoughts into the live chat. It could be about the West Ham team, the Liverpool team, any big hopes, any big worries you have. As long as it's in relation to the game tonight, get your thoughts in, and you're entered into live chat. You've already done it. You're already entered, but feel free to interact. Fallout said Irving's chained up in the changing room with a muzzle on, and we're going to release the beast on the hour mark.
The gimp.
I'm sorry. Do you know something? I'd almost wish there was a little bit of a meme tonight, which is Irving starting. So there was something to go, come on, Irving banger.
But... Yeah, we have a shot. I like that. Everyone liked that in the stadium. Stadium announcer, and I think probably even the club themselves don't know who he is. He wasn't announced on the website, and he wasn't announced in his home debut. But so the club might not know who he is, but the fans certainly did. And when he had that shot, I think everyone thought, "Go on, mate, have a pop."
Yeah, I was back in sitting on my comfy sofa. I was thinking, go on, have a dig. Hammer 99. This would have been a good phrase if we had one. It said Lopetegui hasn't yet a clue.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Right then. Paul says, worried about Todibo, baptism of fire. Dan saying he's hoping Creswell isn't wearing a parachute. Steve's excited to see Carlos Soler starting tonight. Stuart's expecting another Liverpool spanking.
What? Well, what else goes on in your life? How often do you have a Liverpool spanking?
Is that something I get to look forward to in my 40s?
That's right.
Mark said he was hoping to see Andy Irving start. Riaz says, how awful is it that we know we're going to lose heavily? Carl is bricking it. Says Creswell and Soufal are going to get dizzy being turned inside out, and Soler's going to get sent off. He has been... He's come off the bench twice, and there's been a VAR call in both games because of Carlos Soler, so he needs to behave himself tonight. Charlie said, I'm looking forward to seeing what Soler can do, bar VAR calls. No VAR tonight, though. There is no VAR. I'm concerned about how aggressive he's been coming off the bench. I completely agree with that one. But I said Kudus has to come off the bench and make something happen. This starting lineup is not going to be promising. Charles says it's going to be a surprise. West Ham are going to win. I hope so.
Yeah.
Talis says if we win, I won't be able to sleep. Might not be able to sleep if we lose either, though.
No, but the match might put you to sleep, so there might be some in between there.
Frank says Ings is playing against his old club, so he's worth a goal. Phil's got a bad feeling about this one. So does
everyone.
So does Lopetegui.
Yeah.
Peter says it's going to be a shot on a lap of honour. We get a shot on target. Andy says our fullbacks have a combined age of 66.
Nice.
I mean, our three strikers have got a combined age of 97.
Absolutely, yeah. This is it. Yeah. Yes, it's funny how one of them's not been available yet. Really.
Dexter said he split up with his girlfriend. She wasn't enthusiastic when he told her he was a West Ham fan.
Well, good luck. Good luck. You'd have to reconfigure your dating profile on Tinder there. I think, Dexter, mate, you're going to find it hard though, just to put it out there. If you must be an enthusiastic West Ham fan, you're sort of limiting it down a little bit because most West Ham fans are not enthusiastic at the moment.
No, you have to be enthusiastic about him supporting West Ham.
Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, you're limiting your options there, mate.
Damien says 1, Lopetegui didn't get it right on the weekend. 2, he hasn't got it right today. And 3, we're getting pumped. Danny said there's a point of the lineup, especially the two full backs. Brian is looking forward to the final whistle already. Philip says not the lineup I wanted to see, but let's hope for a miracle. You're all right there.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. It's listening to these comments, and I don't begrudge anyone making their comment. I really don't. But it's this thing which so many people think we're going to get thrashed.
Yeah.
And I think this is why he can't have a clean slate, Lopetegui, and why he doesn't have a clean slate. And it's really nobody's fault, and it's not even Lopetegui's fault. Don't be wrong, this lineup is his fault, but the reason he hasn't got a clean slate isn't. And it's because we were sick last season of going into games, watching the lineups coming across the bottom of the screen and knowing we were going to get thumped. And I think as much as anything else, be it style of football, and we wanted not to feel that. We wanted to feel we were going for it. We wanted to feel we'd be back going into games with a chance. And I think if you just spent 100 million, added to the really good players that we already had, like Kudus or Bowen or whoever else, you should be able to add 100 million to that and be able to go to Anfield and think we're going to have a go. And I think the reason I started doing all that was I just had a flashback to last season. It was this being sat here, looking at that chat, people saying we're going to get dumped tonight. It's just a matter of how many goals we're going to ship. And there was an inevitability about what was about to unfold. And I really hope it doesn't. I hope everyone's wrong. But if everyone's right and we just do get thumped tonight and it was that predictable, then I totally understand why people will just have to factor in not just Lopetegui's tenure, but what's happened before. I just think this is like Groundhog Day. It just, what's going on? I really do. I really get the negativity. I absolutely do.
For me, I not factoring. I know what you're saying, but I'm not factoring last season into anything at all. It was clean slate for me with Lopetegui, and I'm basing my negativity and my disappointment on the lineup he's picked and what I've seen so far during his tenure. Like, if we had won one or two more games so far this season, I'd get it, because I'd be like, well, because if we won games, there's a probability the football's a bit better, etc., etc. Players are performing better. Then you'd be thinking, well, maybe he's prioritising challenging for European places this season. But there would be evidence there to suggest we could go on and do that. But at the minute, there isn't. And someone's just made a comment. The chat's gone too quick, but someone just made a comment, which is, he better win at the weekend. And I think that's, bang on, because this is what you do, don't you? You paint a target on your back. If you throw the game tonight, if he wins, I'm going to give him not quite a free hit on Saturday, but I'll be that happy. I'll be all right. But if we go out tonight as expected, I do think you've almost got to justify it by picking something up at Brentford. But is a point away to Brentford enough to go out there?
Not after you've done this. It's enough to keep them ticking over. As it's what happens is you get back to that old situation where you get those 3 games and you get into all that. And I think what I mean is, just when you were speaking, I think it's like a PTSD thing. Should it be factored into what happened before? No. But when you start seeing, basically, it's like you're scarred by what's happened before at West Ham. When you see this, it starts to remind you of that old stuff. It's not fair, but I think it's certainly the case. It's I wouldn't suggest it could do wonders. Win this, draw at Brentford. You're thinking your pecker's still up, quite frankly. Lose this and a draw against Brentford, it's just deflated.
Yeah,
again,
I think the more triggering thing is more possibly the appointment of Lopetegui rather than anything else, because there was quite a disgruntled feeling regarding appointing him, and it was like, I think we're all guilty of some things. I think you're guilty.
What you done?
I think you're guilty of getting your hopes up about Lopetegui going into the new season. It's not a bad thing. I always say, that's a good thing. People being positive and excited, leave them be, because that's a good thing, right? My guilt wasn't that. My guilt was when the season finished and Moyes departed. My guilt was thinking we were going to go on and hire a top manager, because I believed we could. I believed that West Ham were a really good club, London, rich. Even with the benefit of hindsight now, we spent over 100 million. That's got to be really appealing to most managers in European football. So I got my hopes up that we were going to appoint a significant upgrade on David Moyes. Mm. And my disappointment initially was we didn't do that. It felt a bit sideways that it was the safe pick. And that's where my anger's coming in at the minute. It's almost like this is what I feared, and that's my trigger rather than what David Moyes did. It's more what Lopetegui did before he arrived at West Ham, and we're seeing it again, and I didn't want to see it. And that's what's triggering me more than anything else at the minute, I think. We need a miracle tonight. We were always going to need a bit of luck, but I think we need a miracle now, and that's just to take it depends.
Yeah, I mean, I hate you saying it. You're not the first person said it. There's loads of people saying miracle. I hate that. I hate it. It shouldn't be that. We with the players that we've got, and we already had Paqueta, Kudus, Bowen, Alvarez, and then another 100 million on top. We shouldn't be hoping for a miracle to win this. We should be able to go there. Yes, Liverpool will be favourites, but to go and win a game of football on merits. I hate the fact that Liverpool are probably thinking this could be an early, easy night. That's horrendous. I can think of a number of clubs in the Premier League who could be going there tonight, and Liverpool would not necessarily be confident. They've got a wonderful record at Anfield. I know that. A wonderful, wonderful record. But nonetheless, we sat here for too long, over too many years, talking about going away and having our tummies tickled by these big clubs. And I really wanted that. That was one of the big things. I really wanted that to change, for us to be able to actually take on, have a go at them. And I hope we do. I hope we see a masterclass. As I say, experienced manager is good if you can draw on experience. And if at some point during these, however many games he's managed, and national team boss, and Spain and Portugal and everything else, he needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat. He needs to call in his experience and think, that time this has happened before, I'm going to do this now. Well, I need to see it. We need to see it.
The thing is, I'm not even sure he could do that. I think he'd attempt to pull out a rabbit and end up pulling out a mole or something. You can't even get that right. I think it's just...
Hey, there you go. Back to the old Manscaped again.
They should have sponsored this video, Manscaped. There's been 2 or 3 easy promotions for us on this video. But I'm just frustrated that I feel like there's such a hate feeling. Like this, what you said about how in the past we've gone to Anfield, Old Trafford, the Etihad, and it's almost like in the past you played a badge, not the team. Tonight, I don't think it's that, because we don't know yet, because that's an attitude thing usually, which is, do you attack them, or how are you going to...
Yeah.
But tonight, I think we're playing the Carabao Cup like we're a Champions League team. We'll just rotate heavily, and we're not too fussed about this one. And I would get it if we were in European football. If we had European football, I'd say I get it, right? But we're not. We've got a week before we're playing Saturday. Then there's a week till the next game against Ipswich. There's an international break. There's a game at the weekend. A week till the next game. A week till the next game. We haven't had this luxury for 3 years now. We've not had time on the training ground for 3 years. We've not had rest for 3 years.
Yeah.
There has to be advantages of it this season, and that is trophies or finishing in the top 8 of the Premier League. And at the minute, it's neither are looking likely. It's not even September, and I feel like I'm almost convinced myself we're going to have a boring season. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see, Gonzo. Before we start bringing in Nick,
Alan Shearer.
You what?
Alan Shearer.
What you?
It's in the chat. He's in the green room. Did you not? No.
Didn't watch your video earlier.
Well, yeah, but I didn't even know until we were discussing it, and now I can't. It's one of the things you can't unsee. It's Alan Shearer.
It's still Chris Martin for me. That's my first video I did with Nick, I think, was when people started seeing Chris Martin. And to be fair,
and Bruce, he looks like a lot of people. Bruce Willis, Alan Shearer, Chris Martin.
Yeah,
Homer
just
Simpson.
Just a hybrid of them all. Jonathan says, I was really hoping to see a midfield 3 of Alvarez, Soler, and Irving. Unfortunately, we have to see Thomas Souček again. Kev said Guilherme scored yesterday. Should have saved him and played him tonight. I'm okay with him playing.
I think he needed the minutes. And he played most of the game, I think, last night as well.
Tony saying, you're presuming we're losing. If our attitude is right, we can get a result.
Yeah, most people are presuming we're losing. It's right. Most people are presuming we're losing. I'll tell you what, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah, I think my issue is, even if the attitude's right and the tactics are right, I still think we could lose, because I think Liverpool, just man for man, have a much better team than us. They've just got really good players in every position. But we'll wait and see. Barry said, it seems that Lopetegui's doing a Moyes on us fans. He won't be here long if he carries on like this. David says, be interesting to see if he changes the tactics tonight, as we clearly do not have the players to defend using his preferred setup. I think he has it in him to adapt, unlike what he feels David Moyes could or couldn't do. Welsh hopefully with tongue in the cheek, says he's resting players for the up-and-coming relegation battle. It does feel a little bit like that, though, like this lineup's more so that we can be competitive against Brentford at the weekend. Dexter says Souček must make the best potato salad in the world because he's constantly picked by managers. I think he's just a player that managers like. I think he's a good player.
I don't think he makes it. I think he just eats it.
Yeah, he just
There's been
consumes
any claim
it.
that he makes his own. Is
no. It's a bit like the Mark Noble thing, isn't it? Noble's constantly picked by every West Ham manager. I always say Souček is literally the second manager we've had under Thomas Souček, so there's not enough managers for my liking. But captain, plays for his country as well. Dylan said, "I've got a multi. Moyes to get the Everton job and Everton to finish above West Ham." That's a bit grim, isn't it?
No, this is the whole thing. His reputation has been so much enhanced by his time at West Ham that there's so many people assuming he's going to go to whatever club he goes to and absolutely thrive. He may well do, but there is every likelihood that David Moyes goes to his next club and does really badly. That's why no one's picked him up yet, because you're not sure. You can't be 100% sure of him because he's got a mixed record. I
think he'll go to one that's in a relegation battle, and I think he'll do all right at that club. By the way, I think he's good for that, for going in and firefighting and getting you out of trouble with what he's got available to him. I think he'll do a good job at wherever he ends up, as long as it's a relegation battle team. Whether he has a longevity, not so sure. But I think initially, short term, I think he'd be a good pick. If you're in the bottom three and you're looking for a manager, I think Moyes is someone I think, well, actually, he might keep you up. I'd have more confidence in him doing it than Graham Potter. But if you were a mid-table team, I think I'd have more confidence in Graham Potter being successful than what David Moyes is. Phil said, I love Lopetegui's attitude to his substitutions and the timing. If he hits on the lineup and system, it could still pan out. Maybe. I think the problem is you could be 2-0 down before he... And also, would he do subs in the cup to try and salvage it? I'm not so sure. 2-0 down, 3-0 down. I think there's a merit in trying to get a couple of goals back in and even just keeping the score respectable in the league. But in the cup, if you're out, you're out. I don't think whether it's 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, I don't think it makes too much difference personally. So I'm not sure. Well, we'll wait and see. But he certainly does early subs. It's just, is he willing to do one in the 9th minute?
Probably.
We'll wait and see. Brian said Souček's one of those players who does great in practice, out hustles everyone, and then come game time, he's not the best. World reckons Souček's probably a bit sick of the potato salad by now. Nigel said, honestly, we have lost already according to so many of us. So much negativity. Souček played is not my choice, but today was Somerville, Kilman, Solar, new players, I ratings up front. I have a question for you, Nigel. Do you think we're going to win? That's all. Not do you want us to win? That's not my question. Is are you predicting we will win? Everyone thinks it's going to be a long night for Danny Ings. Mark says if Moyes gets Everton job, the new group will remove him immediately in December when they take over. Irons said that's a very second string West Ham. We'll get nothing at Anfield. We really do. Dylan said maybe the lineup's a trick. Subs have been getting earlier. 3rd-minute subs this week.
That's right. Yeah.
Lee says every year that passes, Gonzo looks more like Bert from Sesame Street.
Excellent. I used to love Sesame Street. Bert likes Big Bird, doesn't
he? Westwood said maybe Lopetegui is scared of how the league is going, so he's just gambled tonight so he could get better in the league. Nigel thinks we'll win. Fair enough, Nigel. You think we'll win. Fair enough. My point was more, just because people think we'll lose doesn't mean they want us to lose. I think we'll get beat, but I'd absolutely love it. I'll come on here, the happiest West Ham fan there is if we win tonight, and it doesn't matter how or who. We could shithouse 1-0. We could not have a shot on target. It's an own goal. It could be 0-0, and we do it on penalties. I'll be delighted. Cup is all about your name in the hat.
I would do many things for Nigel to be right and me to be wrong. Absolutely. Make no mistake about it. It's not negativity for negativity's sake, but you also have to say it would be incredibly disingenuous of us and everybody else to come out on here and say, that's it, we're going to win. Because it just wouldn't be honest. It wouldn't be reflective.
I better say, I'm not sure I'd believe them if the whole chat said we're going to win tonight. I'd say I'm not sure about this.
No.
I think
you got to be honest. You got to be honest. And I don't honestly, you are welcome, Nigel. Come back on here and go. There you go, boys. I told you. Honestly, I'm very, very welcome. You really would be, and I hope you're right. Absolutely.
Gonzo's just made me think. Patrons, two things. First of all, prediction competition. The deadline soon. Get onto Patreon right now and get your predictions in. Up for grabs tonight. Prize up for grabs. Sign Paulo Di Canio armband. Sign Paulo Di Canio shirt. Sign Tony Gale book. And a Hammers Chat mug. So go get your predictions in now. It's part of your subscription. There's no additional cost. Go get it in now. Guess the score and the first scorer. And if you've already done it and you want to change it, go delete your previous one and put your new one in. Second of all, if you're a patron and you want to send us a fan cam tonight, you can do so. All details are currently on Patreon, patreon.com/Hammers Chat. After the game, record your honest opinion and send it to us, and we're going to put it up across both YouTube channels. So there you go, patrons. Go get in. Get quickly. Get it on. Right then, let's get him in. It's Chris Martin. It's Alan Sheaver. It's Bruce Willis. How you doing?
Big Al. All
right.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Still in the big care for what you wish for, Brigade, Alan, are you?
No, because I feel a bit vindicated because I said on today's video that Lopetegui very cleverly has been resting Danny Ings for the last 2 months, especially for today, so he can kind of get revenge back at where he used to play for about 2 or 3 games. So yeah, lots of negativity. I'm okay. I refreshed the club's Instagram many times until the lineup came out. And the first place I looked was the centre-back position. I saw Mavropanos is not there, and I started to feel quite good. And then I saw Bowen, I saw Somerville, I saw Ings, I saw Alvarez, and I thought, you know what, it's still something of a second string Liverpool. So yeah, we'll lose 2-0.
But you saw enough there to give you encouragement.
Like a bit. I mean, Lopetegui's done a lot of interesting things. I mean, he set the bar. Like I can't remember ever being this interested in seeing the starting lineup come out. Not in recent years, anyway. Especially, I mean, we're not allowed to mention Moyes because someone in the chat didn't like it. But every game now is quite the lottery. So yeah, and like there's a lot of mention in the chat about at what minute the sub might be. So to mention him again, I just think like the ghost of David Moyes is wearing off in power. And you start the game and then like 30 minutes in, you see Lopetegui on the sidelines and he goes like that. And then he shakes off the ghost of David Moyes and he goes, oh, fuck, this lineup's shit. And then he makes a load of subs. So maybe that'll happen again.
Right then, turning to the live chat, David says, I think the way the team plays is the most important factor tonight. A victory would always be difficult. That Liverpool team is still better than the Chelsea team. Hopefully, we will give them a game. Pollinator is saying the previous manager was a solid manager, but he's not relevant to the Premier League anymore. Going back to Everton could be a disaster. Riyad says Souček is the new Ronaldinho, apart from the 5% pass accuracy, 0 dribble and 0 headers, 1 for a 7-foot player. His pass accuracy is not too bad. It's just amount of passes. Steve says second string Liverpool will still be far too good for us. It will be at least 4-0. Danny said if I was Lopetegui or Steiden, I would run like the wind and chuck every bit of blame on Sullivan because, let's be fair, it's his fault. Nick saying he can't believe nobody's saying that our Nick looks like Dean Ashton.
He's got enough. There's enough lookalikes. I'll tell you what. You got a business opportunity here. I'm thinking. Most people just got one look. One lookalike. Gio's only got like fat Aaron Cresswell. He's got one. You've got 3 or 4 going on. I've
got another one. I've got 2 for Gio. They're not very good because I haven't really worked on them. I didn't really know this was going to come up, but he looks like David Brent's Scottish cousin. That's the best I can do with that. I just look at him and I see something David Brent there. And in the chat, help me out. There's a Jimmy Cranky thing going on, but I need some.
No. I'll tell you who it is. So basically, there used to be a program. It was a Doctor Who spin-off. It was called Torchwood. And I'm not saying Gio looks like John Barrowman, but there's a guy in there, and the same guy was also in Game of Thrones. If someone could, I can't think. I don't know the guy's name. He's an actor.
Yeah, I think I'm getting. Was he evil? Was he very evil in Game of Thrones? I mean, everyone was.
Nasty. I think.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, I don't want to say what he did actually. But at quarter to 8 on a weekday evening. Yeah, I think he was one of the wildlings or so. He was something. He was. But. I'm not saying Gio would do any of that stuff, of course, but he does look like this guy who was in Torchwood. Anyway, we'll discuss that.
I prefer fat Aaron Creswell. He's a handsome bugger. I'm happy with that one. Hugh says, we are going to see the best. Are we going to see the best out of Todibo playing alongside Soufal? Whereas Gary says our fullbacks are going to get their arse handed to them tonight. Sasha says the positives are 1, Kilman with Todibo, 2, another Somerville start, a potential creative game changer, and number 3. Let's get a good look at what Solar can contribute apart from VAR calls.
I'm looking forward to seeing Todibo and Solar today. I am. I'm looking. That's possibly only 2 things I'm looking forward to seeing.
For anyone just listening only, they never mentioned the VAR. I just added that bit in. David said, I'm not happy with the lineup, but we might still see an upset. This is West Ham and believe. Lags. Sky said 5 games in. I'm not too worried. He's got a lot of players to bed in. Remember, we aren't Real Madrid. Good job because he got sacked after 14 games at Real Madrid. So it's a good job or not then. Mancunian Hammer says Surchek is the least of our worries. The clown in the dugout is the problem. Scott says Ings seems a weak choice. However, isn't he our only genuine striker that scored this season? He's correct. Wood Hammer said this is it. It will be so West Ham to go there and win, and that's what we will do. And I'm hoping Woodhammer is correct.
Hold it there.
No. Wait.
This is the guy. This is the guy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. West Iron, thank you.
Now, Tom,
Tom,
I'm going to add a little bit of context here. Tom, you've seen him on previous videos before. Hopefully, he'll be doing a fan cam tonight.
Tom's a good guy.
Hint. I'm adding context. Tom's very patient when it comes to managers. Didn't want Moyes sat, didn't want Pellegrini sat. He's very patient when it comes to managers. And he's saying in regards to Lopetegui, he sucked the enthusiasm out of him within 2 minutes on Saturday, and he's managed to do it even earlier tonight. Anyway, right, I need to get going. Where's Northie? Does anyone know where Northie? Nick, do you know where Northie is? He's skiving.
Yeah, he's going to be like, he's figuring out his TV setup, something or other.
That bloody thing you sending us pictures earlier about how good it all is and doesn't even bloody work. Anyway,
to be fair, Nick, you did say I'm now looking in the watch along a WhatsApp group, and you said no rush. Well, yeah. I would disagree. I would say there's actually, as far as say there's a deadline today, like called kickoff, basically. I think definitely that's
be nice.
Yeah.
I was just concerned for his well-being. I thought maybe he'd seen the lineup and done something silly. I was ready to ring the Samaritan and get them sent round to his house just to do courtesy, knock on the door, make sure he's okay. Right, before myself and Gonzo go, thank you to Dylan for the $2 super chat. It says Lopetegui or Flopetegui. Thank you very much for your support, Dylan. Right, Gonzo, in the preview you said 3-1. Are you just going to stick with 3-1 for the sake of it and to avoid the question a little bit?
Yeah, no, not avoid the question. Basically, I thought we were going to lose comfortably, and I think we're still going to lose comfortably. So yeah, there's no point in switching it to a 3-0 or a 4-1. I think stick with 3-1.
If you're watching, please do subscribe to the channel, but do drop a like on the video as well. The more people that like it, the more this video gets recommended to people coming onto YouTube and typing in Liverpool West Ham. Nick's going to be providing a fan commentary throughout the match and interacting with you all in the live chat. I said 2-0 Liverpool in the preview. I'm going to stick with 2-0, but I think it's going to be a bit of a beating in terms of 1 or 2 shots on target for West Ham, and that's it. I think it's going to be a very comfortable win for Liverpool tonight. Anyway, Nick, are you already rock and roll, going solo until Northie joins you?
Very much so.
Well, enjoy it, and we'll catch you later.
Okay, great. Just me and you all in. Yeah, right. So the first thing I need to get to is this. This is. I've been counting them today. This is the 8th time that Charlie Anthony has addressed my shaving routine and disgusted with the lack of sideburns. Which now he says it. I ignore that. But anyway, this isn't about me. This is about 1,000 of you, and we will go through this together. Whatever about to happen, there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. Dexter wants to get us going. Luke says, bring back Charlie. Charlie will be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. He's locking Gio in his cage, because what Gio does, he gets off and then he dashes as fast as he can to his cage. He doesn't have a rug on the bottom. I say in your bed on your rug, Gio. But he likes the feel of the cool iron bars against his hot knees. So there's been many comments, and I've been trying. I don't know if he's turned up with his new HD Ultra Super HD camera.
No, I couldn't get it working, so I'm back to the webcam.
Lewis's suggestion as to what you were doing. So don't confirm or deny. Let's just assume that was definitely the case. Hedgenell, will Liverpool score today before we get the stream going? 3-0 to the Scouse. Dean, just a massive loss. That was Gio and Gonzo for the build-up. Dexter's, I don't know what Dexter's on, but I think we need to take whatever he's having. We need a backup topic because we're not going to want to talk about the match.
Good point.
Possible. Dean will be moderating. If we get any more sideburns comments, you're off. That's it. You're out. Barry, hello, mate. Jeff, mate, only a brave man would do this. It's not bravery. I don't know what it is. I've been trying to figure it out. Why do I support West Ham? I mean, it's my dad's fault. Nothing I could do about it. Again, with the lack of sideburns, I just like a clean ear. I didn't realize I don't really meet other people during the day, so I don't get reactions to my shaving. Yeah, Owen, we can just talk about sideburns. Like when it all goes south, and the panic subs start rolling onto the pitch. Anyway, I've made this. I'm going to get through as many chats as I can. So Norfolk, you can prepare your pre-game banter. Now you've released yourself in the comfort of your own home. Kay Goldino wishes for the best. Kev, give up the high line. Yeah, I mean, we've got Tadibo, right? So hopefully he's quick. No highs. Well, we've got high lines. That's the only... that is the only thing. John Expat Thailand. Ario and Fulcrud not on bench. Do we get the bench up somewhere? Have we got the bench? I don't want to click too many things or I might turn the whole thing off, which would be a laugh. We've got that. So I think that's the subs. Yeah, it must be. So that I'll leave that going. I'll leave that going for a while. Good performance will lift us. Well, yeah, I mean, that's also very true, Mike. Like I was thinking about this. Oh, God, my TV's gone weird. It's a weird one in that we've been doing so bad recently. If we lose, it's going to feel like a punch in the stomach, but at the same time as being stroked on the face, if you like S&M stuff. What happened to Charlie? He was sick of Gio's cage routine. Has he realised our midfield is too porous? I don't know. I don't know what is going on in his head. John Ings hat-trick. Anyway, there's too many comments for me to get through. I'll try. Anyway, Norfie, how do you feel? Most people were very annoyed at the lineup. I try and take the positives of it. What do you think?
No, I'm not disappointed by it. It'd be good to see. I'm actually glad to see Fabianski back in goal because I've not been impressed with Areola. I know he's not on the bench. I don't think we'll see Wes Fotheringham anyway. Good to see Ings get a start. And yeah, really pleased to see Tadibo because we all want to see what he's like. It was always going to be a rotation as well. We kind of knew that. And coming back to that earlier point, someone said there, I think look, none of us expect to win. We're not expecting to win tonight, but I'm expecting them to just go for it. You know, these, second string of a point to prove. So let's just see. Let's just hope it's a good game and not a battering. I think if it's a battering, that's when there's going to be real problems.
I like it. An incredibly low bar of just.
That's what we got these days. That's what we've got, unfortunately. I wish I could say, I think we can really take it to Liverpool. But even looking at their team, they've got, enough strength there. So, yeah, I've gone.
Have you shrunk? Are you now several inches tall? There's something in there about a tiny pianist joke, but you seem to be in front of a big bottle of champagne.
Not what this mic, you mean? I know. Usually I lift it up. I did buy a new camera.
No, I mean the Moët Chandon thing right behind your head.
No, I've moved.
Where it says champagne.
Yeah, I'm all expecting to see champagne football tonight, everyone. So
crack open a bottle. And it's kind of an alcoholic related. He's hoping for a spirited effort. I don't know if that Owen means he's going to crack open a Tesco own label Scotch blended whiskey. If what happened to Charlie? I told you he's busy wallpapering my downstairs bathroom. So let's go to. I'm trying not to laugh at the troll in the comments because it's very childish and I don't really laugh at things like that. Dean said he was moderating it, unless that's like Dean's alter ego. Oh, good. I'm not supposed to encourage trolls, so not laughing that. 4-4, another one calling for 4-4-2. I've seen a few people ever since you said 4-4-2 a couple of months ago, and I thought it was madness at the time. It's actually becoming more popular.
Yeah, well, not if we've only got Antonio on the bench up front. So I'll happily stick to one up top if it's Antonio being the other option. Yeah,
I agree. So how come we don't get good quality draws? I mean, it's providing me with a lot of entertainment. So yes, right now players are shaking each other's hands or fist bumping as they prefer.
What are your thoughts, Nick? Sorry if I missed it, but what are your thoughts on the lineup? Are you happy?
I'm happy with the centre-back pairing. I'm not against Lopetegui for playing Cresswell, because you can't just play Emerson every game because he's better, because that just won't work. In that sense, it's not Lopetegui's fault. He doesn't have another good quality left back. Even if we've got Todibo and we've got pace, with Cresswell, you have to go at his pace. Basically, it's like having children. Whichever is the youngest and stupidest, you have to go at their pace. That's Cresswell. So I'm interested with Ings because I think he's actually turned up for us this calendar year. So again, if we're going to play compact, which I think with Cresswell and with Souček and with Ings, you have to play compact. That could actually work for his game. I'm very happy to see Somerville. So, I mean, all I can do at this moment, I'm not going to just, I can't be negative at this point. What's the point, so to speak? Like, even if it's completely stupid for the next few minutes, I have to just wait and see and hope that, like I've seen Gakpo do bad things. I think he's been a bit better under new manager. Tsimikas, like the players they've got, like wouldn't have Tsimikas in our team necessarily. I mean, he's a bit younger than Cresswell, but yeah. So,
I mean, what does worry me a bit is their bench. When you look at it's got Van Dijk, Diaz, McAllister, Salah, Robertson, and Trent Alexander. I mean, that's not a bad bench if things aren't going well. So I think even if we do go 1-0 up, the cavalry's coming.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got Kudus. That's I'd rather have him than basically anyone else. Yeah, Brian brings up a point I haven't even thought about. I mean, obviously, is there VAR in? Because there wasn't against Bournemouth, so maybe there's no VAR today. I haven't actually seen that written down, but it would make sense that if in the entire cup competition they don't do VAR, so we've already got we're already one up in terms of positivity. So do they eat citrus at least? I'm not quite. That's gone over my head. That one. Ismail, you'll have to actually explain what you were talking about. No VAR and a lot of come on your iron. So yeah, hope and pray Everything crossed. Okay, kicked off. Bit dry. Kicked off. We've got possession for the first 5 seconds, and we've won a throw in. So stat wise, we're smashing it.
We're on top. Come on.
I think Ismail said the thing about the citrus, but it just disappeared. I'm just obsessed with why someone would say, "Do they eat citrus?"
There's no VAR. It's been confirmed as well.
Okay, well, let's see. Liverpool are attacking up the right wing, and it's gone out for corner to Liverpool. Yeah, Alvarez the ball smacked him in the testicles, and Alvarez is in severe pain. So a lot of comedy. I was talking about baby bells. Okay, so citrus plus baby bells.
It's even weirder.
He had citrus when we met. All right. Anyway, corner's coming in. Cleared. And a goal kick. Soufal clearance. Okay, so time to settle. Time to keep it tight. Keep possession. Keep it boring for the next 45 minutes.
Was that goal kick even?
Yeah.
No.
Obsidian's comment, first comment I've seen from Obsidian today, will just be stitched up the old-fashioned way. And yeah, we're not listening to commentary in case it comes on, so I'm not really, I'm not missing anything. Just him, Carragher, basically saying everything from the perspective of it happening to Liverpool.
Arsenal's 1-1. 2 goals in that game already.
Nice. Dave says, can we stop talking because the feed is a minute behind? So we'll have to, if I remember what happened precisely 60 seconds ago, whole team get booked for time wasting.
At what minute do you think Lopetegui's going to go nuts on the sideline?
Well, earlier when you were figuring out your TV plug situation and this and that, I made a very clever observation about the ghost of David Moyes wearing off Lopetegui mid-game, and then he realizes that his lineup is actually dog shit, and then he changes it. So we're 2.5 minutes in. Liverpool have got it at the back. We're not pressing, but I say we have a reasonable position. We're not dropping back too far. We're keeping up position like 8-10 yards away from their defenders who have it. So they are going to be doing usual Liverpool passing around a lot, but we seem to be content with letting them have it at this stage. Nothing wrong with that.
It's like a 4-3-3, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they just lofted one over the top, bypassing the midfield there. It didn't go anywhere, but I'm not sure if they're going to try that. Yeah, I mean, they're attacking now, but nothing's really coming together. So they're just going back with the ball.
Alvarez just giving a hospital pass there to Somerville.
Yeah, I mean, when they've got possession, I mean, they're moving it around at a reasonable pace, which you'd say is like a medium tempo. They're not only just passing it around the back, but they're not going for it. So the pace that they're going at is not bad. They're basically just looking for weak links at this point. So yeah, they're still just got it around the back.
What minute are you going for the first goal? Either team.
I'm starting to feel quite nervous. Talking of PTSD, like I've got PTSD just over the last month, let alone the last 30 plus, well, 40 plus years, if I really reveal my true age. And at Anfield, you just get a sinking feeling already. But no, someone tried to play anything that was endo. I don't know, it was a crap ball anyway. So we've got possession, but it's in a very tight area. Cresswell gives it away. That's Aaron Cresswell for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Steve has asked, have we got a game at a timer display? No, we're on 4.5 minutes. Well, I am on Now TV. You might be a little bit ahead if you're on Sky.
No, I think, no, 4.5, 4:40.
Good. Perfect. Okay. We've actually got a matching stream for once, which is quite rare. But Steve has asked about the game and timer display. Now, that's something we may have some news coming on that one soon. So I know everybody's keeps asking about it. watch this space.
Yeah, there may possibly be some exciting upgrades coming in the next 1 or 2 games. Related to your viewing experience, as Liverpool pass it to the left wing and they get closer and closer to the box, but Bowen does a good job in coming back.
Good tackle.
Soufal lays it back out to Bowen nicely, very tight, 3 players around him. He's got nowhere to go, and he gives it away. But so do they. Very, very scrappy on Liverpool's left wing, changing possession every few seconds. Right in the corner. Nunes, that terrible weirdo, gets the ball, but we win a throw-in.
Hypothetical question. If on paper last season you have very good players and then you had 100 million worth of very good players, well, yeah. That's
that's the power of the weak link in footballing terms. You can have 10 players set up well, but then you have our good friend Dinos Mavropanos. And you always say, oh, you can't single anyone out, but I just kind of feel like singling him out. Due to what he did defensively. So
I've got a thought on that, because if you think how much we've spent, you're right, we spent £100 million on players. How much did we spend on the manager?
Yeah, that came up earlier. I mean, it's always going to happen whenever you don't do badly. It's always going to be, Ruben Amorim would have done better. Let me just change the...
I've done it.
Oh, you've done it. Okay, very good. With the levels of service that we provide to the viewers, they basically just throw up a question. We're on it. Yeah. So Nick says the clock. I don't know why it costs anything. I don't know the ins and outs of what the platform charges. I did come up with a very comical way of showing the time. If I pre-wrote down every second and then just showed it on a second-by-second basis, Liverpool cross comes in, goes nowhere. But anyway, there's some new tech coming. So I think all of these kinds of things and more. There's some new, very whizzy software apparently on the way. Can't confirm it because it hasn't been done. Alex Chapman answers the question, also coaching or lack thereof. I mean, 7 minutes in, Liverpool haven't had a chance. They've had a corner, but that didn't result in a chance. They've been attacking a bit more than us. Of course they have. They're at home. But yeah, it's just been 7 minutes of a bit of scrap, of changing possession, 2 teams just working. Now we've got it in our defence around the 18-yard line. We've got a flat back 4, although the left back in this situation is Thomas Souček and Cresswell. Where the hell did Cresswell go in that situation? I can't even see him on the screen. I can see everyone but Cresswell, and we're still looking in the... He must be very, 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 very high up the wing, in the most advanced left wing position he's been in his entire footballing career, because he's still not.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's just coming to view now. So I don't know if Souček and Cresswell are on some kind of switcheroo, but we've still got possession. We're just passing it around the defence. Liverpool have come right up to press at this point, so it's with Fabianski, and he goes up to the halfway line, but it's a terrible pass and goes to Endo.
Is this the tactics he was trying last week? He was trying to have 3 at the sort of 4 at the back, but with a fullback pushing up at one time. So we always had 3 at the back, because that didn't go well at all. He's trying to replicate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but doing it when Thomas Souček is the man to come back and quickly receive and distribute possession is a bit weird. But anyway, Liverpool have got it. Ball comes in, but it was an aimless cross by Tsimikas. Todibo clears. And he gets a fist bump from Fabianski.
Wasn't there, were they saying about Todibo, he hasn't played yet because he's not up to, not speed, but the strength of the Premier League? I read that somewhere. I was like, a bit of a strange one.
It was a bit strange, because you don't need to be strong, you need to be fast. So if he's got that covered. Anyway, corner about to come in from Tsimikas, who always looks tired for some reason. It's a bit too long, goes back, Alvarez clears.
No one up there.
We push out. We're about to reach 10 minutes and they haven't scored. But yeah, I mean, whenever they attack, everything we're doing now is fine. Our shape is fine. When they've got it and they're approaching over the halfway line, we almost have a back five. Bowen is the right back in that situation, which isn't a bad idea in away cup game. And as we said earlier, we'll take any result. We'll either take any result or a narrow loss with a performance. I suppose are those two options. Liverpool play it through, but it goes too long, out for a goal kick.
Dean has another question, which is, was making Bowen captain a good decision?
That is a great question, because I haven't seen anyone agree with me, which I'm okay with it, but I'm in the minority. I said as much on the video with Gonzo this morning, and someone in the comments said, "What games has this dude been watching?" Which, being called a dude, made me feel young and full of vitality. But I just think the games he's had, there's just been a lot of work to do. So he hasn't been able to shine as much as he did last season. Having said that, I mean, I will admit I am slightly biased. I just really like Jarrod Bowen, and I believe in his quality. Like, I don't believe, even if some of his games aren't great for us, that's not him. It didn't make him any worse. He didn't suddenly become worse. It's just he was busy doing other things because of the games that we've had. What I have seen is I've seen him being vocal. Even when we were 3-0 down, I saw him geeing everyone up and getting behind and being really positive, which is what you want from a captain. And also he has self-belief and self-confidence. Anyway, we've got a cross coming in here with Cresswell. It's far away, it's back, and it's wide. He's going to be hoofed in. All footballers do.
Kilman header coming up.
No, Liverpool header. Bobbles out. Bowen tries to get it in, but that's very high. Souček cleared. That was probably the furthest forward we've gone all game. We can build on that. Cresswell almost makes an enormous mistake, but doesn't quite, gets away with it. Fabianski does well to get that under control and then clears it up left to Somerville, who takes it down brilliantly. First touch as it was coming from the sky. Does he get fouled? Oh, the referee actually gives us that foul. Miracle. That's the miracle that Gio said we needed to kickstart this game. Unbelievable touch from Somerville. Incredible play from Somerville.
Todibo looks good. Yeah, we're 12 minutes in. It looks all right so far, but not had much to do. Let's hope he is.
Yeah, I put John's comment up as the West Ham free kick's about to come in. I mean, there is an element of that, John, but ball comes in. Header goes wide. Good chance.
That's a good chance.
I mean, that probably, like, for professional footballers, that comes down to the should have scored.
Would have been offside. Oh no, it wouldn't have been offside. He wouldn't have.
The
Todibo should have done better there, really.
Yeah. I mean, in his defense, he was slightly pulled back, so that changed his body position and it made him like side on.
What was the term from last week?
We don't want to score too early as well. If we can score a bit later, that would be ideal.
What was the term last week, though? It was when you're holding, but only for a fraction.
Yeah, fleeting.
That was a fleeting hold, so that was all right.
Yeah.
Another shot from Bowen.
Yeah, I mean, Zia's well into. It looks very hot, apparently. Wouldn't know about. I'm actually quite hot at the moment. I'm only wearing 2 layers because I thought it would get cold, but it's sweltering. I can't move. I'm too. I've got like lockjaw all over my body with just nerves.
You're seeing you in your pants at half time. Is that what you're saying?
Half time, 30 minutes seems like a long way away in my life at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, like when Liverpool get it, it's the same thing. They try and push up a bit above their halfway line. Mm-hmm. They've obviously just been told to be patient for a number of reasons. So that's what they're doing. That's probably giving me the false hope at the moment that it's still 0-0.
For those not watching the game, It's just brought up a stat of West Ham at Liverpool: 56 games, 1 win. That's quite bad. 1.
Yeah, that would be that 3-0 under Allardyce, wouldn't it? For some reason, I thought there was another one, but obviously that was just stupid wishful thinking that there might be 2. 1.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
I mean, that's pathetic and embarrassing. Anyway, they're attacking here. Liverpool up the left wing. Curtis in the middle, crosses it out to the right. Cresswell away.
Okay.
Endo gets it, bobbling around. Somerville, Cresswell, bobbling all over the place. Alvarez gets it to Somerville. Ings does well to collect, plays it. Oh, could have been a very nice through ball, but we get a throw in.
Now, does that mean a kind of Amsterdam one or the comedy one?
You drink enough champagne. You're anyone's. Yeah, I mean, the fleeting thing is just stupid. Stupid nonsense. Yeah, Obsidian says, well, yeah, 1 before tonight. Dylan, meaning Tadibo, says looks better. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't passed back to their attacking player so far. I mean, he just did a nice pass there. Alvarez held on to it a bit too long, but the intent, I think, was good from Tadibo in that when he played it to Alvarez, it was like whether Alvarez controlled it or not, that was up to Alvarez at that point. It was a good, confident, crisp pass out from defence. Possibly you could say it was into a tricky area, but at this level of football, you expect your teammate to, stick and then release it. So that was pretty good. Was it under Bilic? Oh, I mean, I'm sure you're right. For some reason, in my mind, I had it fixed that it was under Allardyce.
Further away than we remember then.
Yeah, Did we get anything under Allardyce? Did we get like a draw under Allardyce there? I thought we got a result, but obviously I'm absolutely making that up. Don't know why I thought that.
Bowing down the wing, shrugged him off.
Lovely pass, Somerville.
Slightly bad touch. Bad touch.
Yes!
Oh, is he onside though?
He's offside.
Offside. Oh, Ings would have loved that one. Come on, VAR, do us a favour.
Damn it.
Somerville's touch there was poor. I mean, if you just controlled that. Yeah, it's definitely offside. 0-0, still 0-0.
Anuses. Big piles of hairy balls everywhere. That was disappointing. I thought the first shot was going to go in.
Yeah, bad touch from Somerville. So much space.
Oh well. At least that should give us some positivity or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it was close. I think that was quite an easy offside decision.
Yeah, I mean, John says, how are we looking? I mean, we're looking like the away team to a degree because we're okay to let them just have possession and come at us. But without wanting to make it famous last words, we're not like the shape is fine. I still don't think they've had an actual chance. They've had a few corners. Like if I was the neutral, I'd probably think we're doing well. In fact, I still have just intense nerves every time they get the ball. We haven't done it. We haven't done anything wrong. There's no like weaknesses in the lineup. There's no weaknesses in the formation or the tactics. When we get it forward, I mean, Somerville just looks unbelievably good. He just looks like another Kudus, if you like. He's so technical. He's so quick, and he's making all the right decisions. So, like it's pretty good so far.
20 minutes in, happy with that. Yeah, doing well.
And the ball crosses the line. That still gives you something. It still gives the players something, bit of confidence, especially for Ings, who made it cross the line. He was offside. That gives him that belief. Cross comes in for Soufal, cleared corner. There you go.
There you go. Doing well.
Good chances. Just give them something to think about. Good passing. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I get the centre back pairing right. Yeah, I mean, Alvarez maybe could be doing a bit better, but
yeah, Soufal done really well to get to that cross as well.
Yeah, John's encouraged his daughter to just nip off to William Hill and place a bet. Cresswell comes in. Sorry, I knew that, John. Cross comes in. Kilman. Is it offside? No. Alvarez. Yes!
Oh, come on.
Okay, so that is the goal. That is the goal that Gio wanted. I think Gio's more does go on to Echo. Shut up.
It's been coming.
Anyway. Yeah, that is the shit goal that Gio wanted. I'm going to let my dog know.
We will take that all day long. Definitely onside. Yeah, that'll go. I think that will go down as an own goal. I'm not sure if it was on target. Let's have another look now. Yeah, Liverpool's number 3. Whoever that is, I've got the numbers up. Kicked it against his own player. So that is definitely an own goal, but we will take that. Lovely jubbly. Nothing he could do about that Liverpool defender. Yeah, Jamie, it was an own goal. So I don't think anyone shot. Well, Alvarez didn't shoot. He didn't have anything to do with it. It was just there and made them panic. So that will do. Yeah, we've got him on the ropes now, Carl. To be fair, West Ham have been pretty good in the last 10 minutes. Not really sat back. We've actually been going for it. Press in, won the ball back. Alvarez, just that little pass, Alvarez.
Hope. We've got a lovely shred of hope to cling on to now.
Or have we just upset them?
Get the old European tour going.
I mean, it's going to make a good game of it, that's for sure.
All right, Northie, commentate us through this game as I try to not cry. just because we are now 1-0 up. It's 23 minutes in. This is usually a point. If like in the world of normality and not doing watch-alongs, this is the point where I think I might make myself like busy around the house for the next few minutes because I can't stand the whole like if we can just keep it tight for the next few minutes, but if you score and then they score, does your head in.
No, they've got a free kick opportunity to put it in the box now. It comes in. It's way over the bar. Do you have any Liverpool friends?
No. What a ridiculous question. No, I mean, I live in Kent, so
no one at work.
A couple of Liverpool supporters at secondary school that had reasons for supporting Liverpool that I didn't pay attention to. Mm-hmm. But now, I only meet Liverpool fans at things like 7-a-side football or 11-a-side football when you like go and play for a new team or you just join another team or whatever, and then do you hear what people support, and then in obviously their Kent voice, you hear that one of them supports Liverpool, mm-hmm. and you stay silent because you know you're just going to go up to someone and say that's ridiculous, and then just lay into a complete stranger. But you know,
it happens.
I think Solaire's basically been covering space so far, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
Better than Rodriguez.
Yeah, ball goes through for Liverpool. Hopefully it was offside, but it wasn't. Soufal tries to get across. They're in the box. Cross comes over. It's a bit long. Fabianski. Fucking hell. Bullshit. They score.
1-0.
Pain in the arse. That was the
Should Fabianski done better there? Good
Probably.
forward play by Jota, getting in front of him. Very good forward play, but
there was a bit of sloppiness there. I mean, there was the pass.
was it offside though? There's no VAR, is there? Yeah,
Probably.
he's offside.
Yeah,
He's offside, but there's no VAR.
well, there we go. That is the stitch up. That was
the Liverpool way.
Because the cross wasn't a good one. The shot wasn't a good one. Maybe Fabianski should have done better. I mean, that was
Kilman should have gone for that as well. He's left that for Fabianski. He's stopped. Kilman's just a statue there. Terrible.
I mean, that was a bit of a mix-up between them.
But if Fabianski's called for it, that's his mistake. If not, Kilman should have gone for that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably offside.
And it was offside. It's the hope that kills you, isn't it? It's the hope that kills you. I agree with that. Father Hammer, Fabs was soft there. I think between them, should have cleared that.
Yeah. Well,
still,
I mean,
even at 26 minutes in, to be even isn't a bad thing. So let's look on the bright side.
Yes, there are a lot of bright sides. It could be a lot worse. You don't want to concede that equaliser on the 90th minute. That would probably be even worse. Maybe it was a bit of a wake-up call. We've got to keep. We know there's no VAR. Linesman is just not doing his job. So when the ball comes through, don't just look across and put your hand up. You're going to have to actually track back. Next job, really, you just want to keep it like this until half-time. Going in at 1-1 wouldn't be that bad. Just need to really snap onto them now as they attack, which we are doing. Bowen wins it brilliantly. Tries to take it out. We've got 3 around him. No one there. Wins a foul. Yeah, that's Jared Bowen in a nutshell. The ideal forward play to win possession, keep it away from others, and then win a foul. Probably he did foul Gakpo there as well, which is a bonus. Replaying it now. He probably leapt before the touch.
Yeah, he was on his way down there. Cheats.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing it around bravely at the back. Soler did well there.
Mm-hmm.
He did his job perfectly, and then Somerville probably got a bit ambitious trying to backheel it at that point.
Didn't anticipate that, Soler, but not his fault.
Yeah, and now this is basically going to be the game for the next 60 minutes. It's going to be them either side of the halfway line, and us sitting back patiently until they decide to go for it. And when we do, we think that's our chance to counter.
I've got a question for the in between. John works with 4 Liverpool fans, and he needs an excuse not to go into work tomorrow. So can you all come up with an excuse why John can get out of work tomorrow? That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in September. You've still got like school illnesses doing the rounds. Like the first,
we could be more creative than that. I'm sure we'll get better.
I think the more creative, the more suspicious. Arguably, you could say your daughter put a bet on Liverpool to win, and you're just 100 grand up, and you've quit work.
There's always one.
Yeah, he means that you've gone deaf and you need to go and get your new hearing aids fitted. Ate a dodgy baby bell. Sufar looks vulnerable. He looks a bit vulnerable. It's just like the annoying thing is that he was actually right. Like he did actually play the player offside.
Yeah.
Now we know that they're effectively going to just cheat their way through the game. He needs to switch on to that and realize that we're not gonna get anything.
Yeah, it's the kind of male equivalent of women's problems, isn't it? That one.
Oh, Gakpo shot. Oh, that was close.
Whistle part of the post.
Got a bit lucky there.
Good one, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, explosive diarrhea is usually the option that... was that even a corner, or did that just do a weird mid-air double? Oh no, it was a corner. Okay, Liverpool corner. Through the ever tired bun top bun, whatever it is. Two people behind Tsimikas have half scarves. So
always contentious that.
Why would you ever do that? And this is contentious. I think it's roundly wankerish.
Have you ever bought one?
No.
I have to admit I have.
For what?
But there's
game?
a reason. There's a reason. It was the first time I took my son to. It was a friendly when we played Athletic Bilbao at the at London Stadium. So I thought because it's his first game, he'll remember.
Yeah, I mean friendly's not too bad. Why is Liverpool players are warming up? I don't think that means anything. I just think the camera's bored and they're just showing Liverpool players so Jamie Carragher can say that they're generational, which Alexander-Arnold can pass a ball well, but everyone calls them generational, which I think everyone is basically generational at this point as Liverpool win a free kick for England. I've heard during the Euros, it was, I think, Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, several people were called generational.
You've heard that a lot for England. That's the problem.
Yeah. Anyway, 15 minutes to go until half time. This is something of a nightmarish experience.
No, do you know, I'm still quite positive. I shouldn't say that just before they have a free kick, but compared to last week, compared to the Chelsea game, this is nowhere near nightmarish. This is
relatively speaking, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything wrong at this point. The last few games have been about what is going on and why is this happening. We're not really doing anything wrong. Even if people say, we could have played Emerson, or Kudus or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got a game on Saturday. There's nothing going wrong with this game. It's just a painful watch because, there's potential there for us. As Todibo does very, very well and raises questions. Why didn't he just play the last game? Unless Lopetegui was lulling everyone into false senses of security. There's a lot of decent performances. It's a pretty decent try from Alvarez there, but Bowen couldn't quite get on it. Need to get Sunville on the ball more somehow. I just think the urgency is fine, but sometimes it can backfire. Because it's not like we have a team that's so inferior we need to just completely, counter only and all the time. Anyway, we win possession there because Liverpool player just smacked it away.
Well, it always makes me laugh, especially in cup games. You have, teams like Wickham. The League Two teams go for it. So, it's a one-off game. Just go for it. Stop sitting back. I know we're sitting back. I think we're doing all right.
Carl, I don't know, Carl, where are you in Kent? Right now, I don't think it's raining. I think it's about to pour down with rain warnings and all this kind of thing as Fabianski plays it.
Very close.
Dangerously close. Andy, get to half-time, Brian. That would be nice, but I say just Givings his chance.
Probably that though.
Givings a chance. I think I'm happy with Todibo. I think it's like problem solved. Whitstable, not far away. Is it raining already? Wan-Bissaka getting roasted by Gakpo. A bit. It's just Wan-Bissaka had a weird game in his last game. And then, Ogium says Todibo solid. Troy, Sufa might not be good 1v1. Yeah. Liverpool attack. Sufa did fine there. Ings is on the right wing, tries to play it up to Bowen. Decent pass, but not quite right, and they get it back to their keeper.
It's quite got the pace. I mean, coming back to earlier comment as well about getting Kudos on at half time, that would be good, but then you've got to remember Liverpool will still get Salah and various other talents on as well. So, yeah, it's always tough.
Yeah, I'm going to switch the banner to the subs banner. I mean, get Emerson on probably. If we're drawing at half time, Emerson should be fit enough. He can do the rest of this game and Saturday. So
actually,
that would be okay.
That's a good point, John. I haven't seen him touch the ball. You seen Souček on the ball, really?
No, I mean, a couple of times when we were trying to work out defence, I mean, him and Soler are basically, like I say, they're covering spaces, and Liverpool are going either over the top or around the sides. So we're not really seeing much of them. And then when we win possession, we're trying to break up the wing. So Soler's collected it and distributed it a few times. Souček is basically covering spaces because nothing's going there.
Shamrock Dan also asked, which is a good question at this moment anyway, who does he replace? Who would you take off? I don't think the problem's been front three, unless you go two up top, Bowen and Ings and Souček off for Kudus.
Depends what the result is. If we're still drawing, keep it the way it is until,
we're not
65, 70, just as long as you possibly can, really. Just because with the game, the way the game is, putting Kudus on is always going to give you something. I mean, Ings did have a disallowed goal. He's working. He's covering spaces. Bowen looks happy enough on the right wing. So,
yeah, like if the linesman was actually watching the game, we'd still be 1-0 up. So,
yeah,
right.
It's just wonderful, these things that happen. Somerville pressing well there.
But it is all Liverpool now.
Yeah, I mean, they're still not creating chances. They seem to be okay with the idea of, being slow. With their lineup, Carabao Cup.
Maybe they're the ones playing for penalties.
Yeah, I don't know if the Liverpool fans are making any noise at this point in time, but I would guess that only our fans are. We just need to, stating the obvious, we really need to just stay switched on because they're going to just keep passing around the halfway line until they think one little chance of the linesman doing them a favour.
Yeah. Sean asked a question, which is a little bit early, but actually it's a good one. So let's get your thoughts on that. Who's the better keeper for Pens? Now, the keeper on the bench, obviously, is Fotheringham. I've no idea what he's like at Pens. Fabianski ain't great.
Yeah, I don't think we bought in Fotheringham. Pens. Steve says could have two on the right wing, Bowen through the middle. Yeah, I mean that would make sense. Be on the Donis is well riled up that people are annoyed by Souček. It's not this season. I don't think we've got on his back. I don't think we've complained about Souček. I think we've complained about him being picked when there were better footballing options. That was the only thing. I
don't know. I think some fans have. I think there's a lot of fans going in on Souček, and he has been good for us. He's scored a lot of important goals, but when you upgrade, when you spend 100 million to upgrade, you want to see the upgrades.
Well, we very well might. 1-1, 65 minutes, bring on the big guns. Yeah, I mean, like I said, then they're not going to get touches the way the game's going. I don't want them to get touches. Like, I'm not saying get Souček on the ball more. We're just going to have to be patient and just... I mean, I'm just very, very nervous at this point, just because that's the way I watch every West Ham game, especially when it's 1-1 in a cup away. In this game, cleared. I was shitting myself at that point.
Not cleared too far offside.
Yeah, I mean, that Chiesa, he's made himself a bit busy. My hope is that as this is his first game, he just tires quickly. I mean, that was
totally nutmeg Soufal.
Soufal, what was he doing? Yeah, nutmegged. Not a good look. Yeah, I think we got a bit lucky there. We got a bit lucky.
Fabianski is a great record from Pens. I don't know, does he? I can't remember.
I think the thing is that when we go through, like we've never gone through on penalties so that it means something. I don't think it's never like led us to anything apart from going out the next round. Like when I say us win on penalties, the last one that comes to mind was Man City when Benrahma scored the winner. But I just like it. Just the memory fades because the next game we just go out.
40 minutes and
massive doom and gloom.
West Ham corner. Creswell would take.
It is a West Ham corner. I mean, I feel deliriously.
Soucek, it's got to do it. Soucek, come on, because we've just given him some shit.
Cross comes in, gets cleared out, 18-yard. Bowen bobbles, no. Liverpool header away, comes out to the right wing. Ings nicely down, fouled. Yes, he's fouled.
Yeah. Did Kilman clear that? It went for a header and it went backwards.
I thought I don't know. I thought the Liverpool player could have got on that, or maybe he got under it.
It'd be interesting to see that one again.
But we've got 41 minutes in. We've got a free kick on the right wing. If we could just not royally fuck this up and somehow keep possession for the next 5 minutes, then I just feel like I'm aging rapidly due to the stress of watching this football match. Cresswell is going to whip it in. It's going to be an in-swinger. World looks at Jamie Carragher's unbearable. Very true. Soucek, okay. No. Goes over to the left wing.
Surely he fouled Bowen then, didn't he?
At least the Liverpool player looks slightly injured, which is at least a slight positive to say. If you'd like to elaborate on that, I'd be very happy to use criticizing Jamie Carragher as a way to kind of just vent frustration and stress for the next 5 minutes.
Who's worse, Carragher or Neville, though?
That's difficult. That is difficult. Like when they're just doing their normal talking and discussion, I don't mind them. When the game comes up, I'm going to say Gary Neville is actually more annoying for Man U games. Firstly, because obviously he insists on calling them United, even when they play another United. But also, I feel like Carragher definitely is annoying. Like I'm absolutely not refuting the claim that Jamie Carragher commenting on Liverpool games is very annoying. But I just feel like at least he's trying to pull himself back from the brink of nonsense. He just can't help himself. I think in Man U games, Gary Neville just sometimes he's trying to trick you. Gary Neville sometimes makes it look as though he is kind of criticizing his own team. So that makes it okay that he talks solely about them for the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
But then he just goes on about it as the typical Man U fan twat who just believes that other people in the world care more than they ever would or could or should about just another club, which happens to be Man U in that sense. And he's just going on about the whole, as if like, will they sack Ten Hag is the most interesting thing on planet Earth. But
everyone, I'm just looking at the Liverpool number 78, Quansah, which again, I've got a season ticket holder. He is a Scouser. He lives in Liverpool, so he's allowed. Chap at work. But he raves about Quansah, but he has not looked great tonight. He looks a bit shaky, I think. So I think that's the weak link.
Yeah, I mean, Alan Smith is worse than Carragher or Neville because he adds nothing. Carragher and Neville are fine when they do other chat. Alan Smith is just abysmal in every way. 43 and a bit minutes, almost 44. Liverpool playing it round. They're trying to see if they can get in one more cross or pass, but they haven't done it yet. They're on the right wing now. Kayser's probably going to get the cross in. Does cross it in. Cleared by Kilman. And Somerville's back. Can he make anything of it to get it out? Header bobbling around right by the corner, and they get a throw in. Throw in to Liverpool. Let's get to half time.
Yeah, it's a bit one way now.
Yeah, Brian's on hair watch. I was going to try and name a hair gel brand, but I haven't worn hair gel since I was 15, and I used to basically put like a entire bottle, obviously like mid-90s center parting with massive amounts of that blue-colored hair gel. If anyone else had a center parting in the 90s, let me know.
Yeah,
Right wing, is he going to get the cross in shot wide? Okay, that would take
That
us.
syrup. That syrup you got on now then.
Oh yeah, there we go. I forgot what they were called. Dean said, yeah, curtains. Not beef variety, but those on your head. Oops. Does this go to pens? Isn't it 90 minutes and then straight to penalties in the Carabao? I've forgotten. I'm past caring.
I think it is at the early rounds, isn't it? Not sure.
Lopetegui looks like he's in tears. I know he's okay. He's questioning his life decision on a chilly night in Liverpool. Although he's not wearing much, it must be pretty cold there. I think Lopetegui. I think what people miss about Lopetegui is that he has excellent blood circulation, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. So he's not wearing a coat. That is the kind of strength that I want. Yeah, wet look with an 80s perm. Like, I don't want to be. I'm not being ageist per se. I'm literally questioning, like, young people, like young men with the curly bit. I mean, obviously, I'm getting enough criticism for a massive forehead, but what is it with the curliness of the young? As Bowen runs through on goal, difficult angle, tries to pass it through, terrible pass.
Oh, where's the follow-up?
I expected a bit better from Bowen. It was bouncing. He was at pace at half-time.
Half-time.
Yikes. Now we've got to go through exactly the same thing again for another 45 minutes.
That's all right. I wasn't disappointed with that. I think they've done okay. I think they've done all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we were the better team there, but we're even half-time. I think you've got to be happy with that. As someone said in the comments there, bring Kudos on. You've got Paqueta to bring on. So we've got options.
Yes, I think you're right. Like, maybe like possession stats or something stupid will be against us, but at the end of the day, we had a disallowed goal. They had two opportunities. Their two best other non-goal opportunities. One flew past the post from Gakpo, and the other one Chiesa put it into the middle, and it could have gone anywhere. But chance by chance and attack by attack, we've been pretty good. So obviously, half-time, the numbers bump up. Anyone who's joining us, let us know in the comments what you make of it. Northie's positive. I'm like, part of me positive, part of me is just living in hell of the pain of the West Ham away cup fixture. So I'm experiencing deep psychological trauma at this point. I'm trying to remain vocal through it rather than just sit here with lockjaw and shivering. Mm-hmm. So I'm shivering with nerves, but that's a good thing because that means that it's 1-1. We've been doing pretty well. Lineup, formation, tactics, nothing really to complain about. Some people said, Souček, Soler, that they're not really getting on the ball. They're not getting on the ball because Liverpool are just holding on halfway line, then going up the wing. That's basically what they're doing, and then we're clearing it, which is fair enough. So, in a sense, like, for the first time in a month or whatever it's been, there's not really anything to complain about. 1-1, their goal was offside. So apart from, we're past fuming. I think we just have so much against us, and we expect even the whole, like, Liverpool thing. They even managed to get, even when there's no VAR, Liverpool actually got something, got something against us. So anyway, get your comments in. Like, that's what I think about it. Northie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think what's bothered me most about that is the offside. I think someone said it at the very beginning, we're playing Liverpool, and they get those decisions, or when there's no VAR, they get the decisions. So it's annoying because I'm not saying that we've been the better team. We deserve to be 1-0 up. Certainly not. But, we could have been 1-0 up. The rules of the game, they've just gone against us as per usual. And that's kind of stitched us up. Souček's been anonymous for me. The centre-back pairing of Todibo and Kilman. Well, Kilman, I blame Kilman for that mistake, for that goal. I think that's looked better. No one's really looked out of place. And I wouldn't change it at half-time.
Yeah, I mean, Paul says, we need to get them on the ball more, ideally, but it's always going to be tight. I don't think we're going to be suddenly, expensive Could have been 2-1. Definitely could. 6 out of 10 says Josh, but I think we're better than that just because we have a clear game plan today, and it's not going wrong. Charlie will be back in 5 minutes. He's just making me a cup of Horlicks. Going through the middle after 65, Curtis to the right-hand side. That definitely makes sense. This is an interesting comment from Duffers. That was a fun game to watch. Duffers, I admire you. I don't know how you find that fun as a West Ham fan. I find it quiveringly nervous. Tadebo's been class from Ant. Yes, yeah. I think the level of his passing is absolute top. I mean, the world class. People would say world class a bit too much these days, but Tadebo's passing has been crisp, precise, and completely confident, unruffled confidence of just the right pass at the right time. Brian wants Kudus on at half time. I don't think, I mean, you see Kudus on the pitch. If anything, if you're the manager, you try and push your luck a bit if you can get it to 55, 60 and then get him on the pitch. That might mean anything.
Yeah, Dean says we haven't had a shot on target. I'm sure we have. I haven't looked at the stats, but I'm sure we've had a shot on target. Bowen had a shot on target, didn't he?
Yep. Jamie says it was boring, which is interesting. Duffer says it's fun. Sushek in a 10. I just think it's fair enough for midfielders to cover ground at this point in the game, even if it's boring. That's okay. It was definitely offside.
Yeah, definitely.
Jamie Carragher, I don't know what Jamie Carragher said about it. He probably said that, he couldn't really tell. We've not been terrible in town gigs exactly. I mean, I'd get Emerson on. At half time.
Is he carrying a knock though? Has he got a slight knock? He was off a couple of weeks ago. I know he played last week, but
injecting with something. I mean, Emerson is still quicker than Cresswell. Whatever. Offside by a nose hair. Offside by the thinnest sideburn. Charlie Anthony is screaming. Great half-time result. Ross Tadebo looks like a strong pairing. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Dean in full capitals and a French salutation wants people to put a like on and also subscribe. Dax hair waxes the bong, especially the blue label tin. There we go. Hair wax.
Good tip.
Hair wax enthusiast. Barry says it was definitely offside. Drawed. We've been better. Rapids Breeze. I thought they said Rapids Beats there. I thought it was like a Corrupt FM kind of Rapids Beats. They'll get the big guns on now. We've got guns of our own. We've got Brazil's number 10 and Africa's best player in Mohamed Kudus. We've got them. Tadebo. Solid. I remember Bowen's Habble that we got away with. Michael, we don't need sound reasoning and impartiality at this point. We need annoyance that the linesman is a twat. John, that Jota goal should have been offside. So,
if Kilman goes back to the line, if he's going to go back and stand on the line, then you've got to move forward for that ball. If he'd have stepped up, he would have been offside anyway. So Kilman totally at fault for that goal.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because that troll is back, but I think Dean is. I think Dean's banned him. I'm not supposed to laugh at trolls, but it's just it's humour that's right up my alley, so to speak. Stuart, boring, definitely. Boring's fine. I don't. If we get a result out of this game. And Ben is looking at the positives that we're not getting fully pumped, which
I know. And again, I know some comments in there that we're playing against Liverpool's B team, but we haven't got our strongest out as well. So I think it's good. I'm positive.
We've been doing fine. I'm positive. I'm very positive about the first half and dreading the second half. Zia, we can't score again. It's half time. Everybody's got injured early, looks off. I just think a lot's going through him, and he's always got a lot to do, and he's always got 2 or 3 around him. So I think he's done well, but it's just that what's being asked of him is just difficult. I think he's coping with it. Here we go. That's classic. That's classic. Karras to the offside was marginal. So yeah, offside. There's no degree. You don't go, it's marginal. Fuck it, play on. It was offside.
Yeah.
What to do?
I don't think Creswell's done bad though.
Yeah. I mean, Dave brings up the Carragher gobbing incident, which Jamie Carragher obviously... I don't expect Jamie Carragher to mention that, but whenever he blames anyone for anything, it's difficult. It's difficult not to think about that. Redknapp says it's been an even game. It has. AD says we'll start doing this on Saturday. He better not. He really better not.
He's resting.
I mean, yeah, the midfield. I think the game plan's fine. I just think just get Emerson on, stick with this game plan, and get Kudus on.
For who?
Ings, and then Bowen in the middle, Kudus on the right. I mean, I wouldn't mind Kudus in the middle, but he'll go on the right. And then Paqueta. You'd think that Paqueta would be able to help out Alvarez, so Alvarez isn't only the outlet. It's just a funny way. It depends what kind of Paqueta you're going to get on the pitch. It depends what kind of game he has. If he tries to get the ball, gets touched, falls over and gives possession away and then counter and score, you don't want that. If he dinks the ball over the top for a goal, that would be nice. So you don't, I don't know, like just because the game's in the balance, I wouldn't bring him on now. Like say Emerson and Kudus for me.
Yeah, see, Paqueta's an interesting one because when he first started, if we remember, he was like the best tackler in the team. Like he was doing really well defensively, but that's just seemed to gone completely.
Yeah, D. Scott. I mean, yeah, there's nothing against things. Like he's doing okay, and I'm happy enough for him to start. But Kudus is better. I think everyone knows that. Marky Boy says they're there for the taking. If the game's even, then yes. Who's been best and worst? I don't think anyone's been worse because I think people have been doing their jobs best. Tadebo's done well. Alvarez is doing well. Bowen's won possession a lot defensively and then managed to get out with it. Some of it was really good for the first 20 minutes, but then we haven't been able to get the ball to him.
He hasn't been in it.
Which I don't think they're marking out the game. I just think probably the game's just gone like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd... Would you take some of it off rather than Ings? You'd rather have Ings off?
Yeah, I think Somerville still... I think he could still... You know, I think just the first part of the game went like that. I don't think it was that... It's not like we had it on the left with the time and we could pick our passes and we were moving it. I just think it was our game plan. When we got the ball, we just counted wherever we could. If it happened to be mostly central or right, that was where, you know, our outlet was. So I still think he could do a lot of good things. If somehow, ideal world, when we do break up their play, we could be a bit calm with it rather than rush it. Easy said and done. West Country Hammer, yeah. I mean, that is a painful proposition. Anyway, there's many comments to get through. Midfield use is not worth having as we don't pass to anything. I don't really think we can, Gary, at this point. Ideally, yeah, it would be nice if we had the ideal lineup that we want playing together game after game for consecutive weeks and months. I think with our lineup, I think we could match Liverpool.
The problem is they press so well, and if you've got Souček who can't turn, we all know he can't turn with the ball. That's a real problem because he can only then play one way. So I think Salah, Alvarez. Yeah, do we need three in midfield? Maybe have that two up top. We keep talking about.
Just campaigning for the two up top. I mean, obviously, yeah. The way this game is now, you might as well. I mean, yeah. Andrew basically says that there is the stringing of passes together. If we can just somehow get a bit more confidence, change the game plan a bit. I mean, I think it's clear that they're doing what the manager says, which is not really wrong. That's what they're going to do, and I don't think it gone wrong. I don't think the tactics he's set up for the first half have been wrong. I just think there just needs to be growth in confidence of saying we've actually got the players to just work it out.
Paqueta's Marmite. Yeah, that's true. He is either he's great or he is woeful, pointless.
Yeah, I mean, this is meaningless but interesting question of the halftime. Would you write 11 Soufals or 11 Součeks? I mean, you go 11 Součeks, I guess, because then you'd get you at least win headers. I don't know what you'd win.
Well, that'd be a painful team to watch, wouldn't it?
That would be a dog shit game of football. Others have been man-marked. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Soler's done anything wrong because, is this his first start for us? So I don't think he's going to do any more than he's been able to. So
Ings. Someone said Ings he's got a goal in him. Second half. Yeah, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything yet. Although this manager, Moyes would never change anyone until 80th minute. Lopetegui loves a change. So now I'm a little bit worried we've gone too far.
Oh, it's about to start again. William Buckley, what's the story with that? He just doesn't like us. He's an ex-Arsenal player and he loves Arsenal. He talks about Arsenal all the time and he hates us very, very much. Yeah, it seems that Carragher's pissing people off today. He's not always that bad, but it seems today he's having an absolute spitfest.
Kicked off.
So, many comments coming in. Anyway, game's kicked off and it is bubbling around wildly in between the two teams. So
let's keep the faith. Let's keep the faith, boys.
Crap fest of nerves for 45 minutes.
Come on now. Bowen's been amazing, apparently. Amazing.
Yep.
Good.
I've been trying to push the whole he's better, he fits the captain thing. People aren't going for it, but I'm going to basically continue that line because it's my opinion. Yeah. So I mean, no changes is fine. I mean, we talked about what changes for the sake of it, but if we can just do a fingers crossed tactical prayer, as Soufal gives their player a lot of sight. Cross comes in from Liverpool, cleared by. Didn't know if that was Kilman or Cresswell at the end. It came off, but it's a Liverpool corner. As that gave us a very much a wake up call because Soufal was on the left half of the pitch.
That's Cresswell. Good covering.
Yeah, but I mean, Soufal was over in the central defensive position for some reason. So
where he was.
Obviously, cross from Liverpool comes in, goes up to the 18-yard line. Curtis Jones might shoot, but it's crap. Yeah, I mean, we obviously talk about could as Paqueta just Emerson would be good. And despite Wan-Bissaka's games, Soufal's still. I don't know whether it's because he's a bit short or he's got short limbs, but even when he runs his fastest, it looks a bit kind of comical and cartoonish. And his positioning is a bit crap. So change the defense. Anyway, Somerville's got it on the left. See what he's going to do with it. Cuts back nicely, drives in field, passes, goes nowhere. We call for a handball, but we're never going to get that because the referees have probably been persuaded in some way. We have possession, so if we can keep it for a bit. Todibo has it around the halfway line, dinks it forward, not well. Tsimikas clears it. Goes back to Tsimikas again. And Liverpool try and play themselves out as we do actually. And Bowen gets it, but they win a throw-in.
No, we know it's going to be. We know what the possession's going to be. We're going to be under the cosh. Handball?
Yeah, I mean, this game would suit Wan-Bissaka. I mean, it is a breaking up the wings game. Everything is going that way. So Wan-Bissaka has more pace. I mean,
penalty shout there?
He didn't do well because he had too much to do in the last game. I don't think you put Wan-Bissaka on and tell him to, bomb it, but just do the same basic fullback job with a bit more pace than Soufal has. Anyway, Soler is pressing Curtis Jones, but he does it very stupidly, and Curtis Jones comes away with the ball. Yeah, I think get Soler off at this point in time. This is not really the game for him anymore. Someone else could do something. Oh, God, don't score. Ah, fuck. Liverpool score.
2-1.
Jota
Again,
again. I just think there was like less. I just think it was like a lack of basic paying attention at that point. They just seemed to dribble like.
Easy,
I mean, it
too
started
easy.
with Soler completely stopping. Basically, Soler was on Curtis Jones and went too far forwards. Curtis Jones turns casually, walks the other way, and then Soler jogs back a bit. So Curtis Jones comes up, not tracked back, has a lot of time, passes up. So what was Soufal doing at that point?
Yeah,
Soufal
nothing.
did a Mavropanos and came completely out of his defensive position. Soler hadn't tracked Curtis Jones back by that point, and they just did. And then he just passed it through to Jota, who was not being marked.
Too easy.
Yeah, I mean, Soler doesn't really need to be on the pitch if he's going to be doing that.
Mind you, Alvarez back in that, he was the last man at the back as well, playing sweeper again.
Yeah, I mean, Fabianski did get a glove to it as well.
Yay.
Well, it swung around. We've got it all to do.
Yeah, it's getting a bit annoying that we keep conceding so early on.
It was just a nonsense goal. It was just not paying attention from a number of players, mainly Soler, and then Soufal's positioning was just absolutely shit, like all over the place. Firstly, he was up too high, going toward midfield, and then as the ball kept going back, he didn't rapidly track back, and then he only realized the pass was coming in as it came in.
But before that, do you think there was a handball?
I don't think so. I didn't give it a very, very close look. Anyway, Somerville tries to put the ball through. It was a bit pushed, but I don't necessarily think that was a pen. Soler has the ball. Soler's okay with the ball, but he's clearly not aware of the pace of this game and of English football at all. So he's a bit relaxed. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, if you're saying it was handball. Seen him given, but
Yeah.
not at Anfield.
No, we're not going to get anything. We've got it in the left back position where Soler is, passes to Fabianski. I think we need... The only one I think to do now is just change the game plan. Make the subs. I mean, I can't see who's warming up for us, if anyone is. I mean, it came off his hand. The only thing is his arm was by his side. So by the stupid rules of handball, I don't know what that means. I mean, that was probably a handball. The only thing I'd say is his arm was down. And I don't know, like no one knows the rules of handball at this point in time.
He's getting eggy. Lopetegui, he's getting very irate.
Yeah, I mean, that was the player's fault. You could say he shouldn't have picked those players, but you can't. This is still a midweek game. We've got a game on Saturday. I don't know why Soufal is becoming like rapidly worse month by month. Anyway, Liverpool cross the ball in, but we clear it.
That was a brave defensive header there. Not Creswell. No, Somerville. Yep. Should have spotted that.
Dean says what's happened. Basically, Soler didn't track back Curtis Jones at all. Soufal ran up to midfield and then didn't run back to defence quick enough, and they just passed it to a completely free Jota, who scored. And since then, there was a possible handball shout for us, which obviously was never going to be given. And now, just
uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just a big pile of steaming shit. Now would be a good time to make the subs. If people are trying to say, well, Lopetegui's okay at something, he made subs. 2-1 down. It's difficult to believe that much is going to change.
Yeah,
this
is where we need a bit of pace. So I think it's time to get Kudus on.
Yeah, I mean, triple change, Paqueta, Kudus, Emerson for Ings, Soler, and obviously Cresswell. Liverpool have it in their box. We are pressing, and we have pressed them into a throw-in that we've won as Joe Gomez punts the ball out of play.
People saying we don't look bad. This is Liverpool's B team. Yeah, good point.
I don't know whether the defence needs I want to say like a slap on the face, because you can't really talk about such things these days, but something to wake them up before they come out for half time. As Liverpool have it on the right wing, Nunez against Kilman, passes it in. Alvarez gets it away nicely.
Great block. Great tackle, Alvarez.
He catches. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how you coach fully grown adult professional football players on the basics. I don't know why Soufal feels the need to run out of his position. Soler's thing was that just maybe he's used to playing in a different country in a different way, so he thinks losing possession where he lost it and then not tracking back Curtis Jones is not the end of the world. But he didn't realise what's going to happen next. Yeah, I mean, we just gave them a great chance to just have possession and bring it forward. Apart from that, they didn't craft any chances against us. We just gave them a great chance out of nowhere. Bowen gets the ball into the middle, but goes nowhere, comes back. Soufal crosses it in. Somerville bobbling around, bobbling everywhere. Somerville
not getting the luck of it.
Line with it.
What a turn! Couldn't get a shot off.
It's all right. It's just too tight. Not much to do with it.
But we're pushing. We're pushing forward at least.
Too long. Make changes. I used to try and stick up for Soufal, but he's just annoying me recently.
Yeah, he's getting hard to defend.
Yeah, I mean, say Soufal's done all right, but he was out of position for the goal. Odds on Somerville being subbed, no idea. Still haven't seen any one of our players warming up. They haven't showed the sideline yet. The game is open. The game is here for us to make chances as Alvarez gives it away.
He's been poor.
We could actually be patient in possession. 2-1 down, 56 minutes. We don't have to rush things. I think this is one of the things that happened against Chelsea, because the way the goals went in was so completely stupid.
Alvarez's passing isn't good enough for me. And Salah's coming on now, so that's not good.
Not really. Yeah. Terrible defending.
Yeah, Troj says that Kilman's at fault for both goals. Definitely for one. Probably could have done better at the second one. So, not.
Paqueta's coming on. You'd think that would be Soler, who.
You never know with this manager. Could be anyone.
Yeah, Carlos Soler, lovely hair. Not much else there. That's not a great poem.
Offside. Yeah.
Paqueta needs to come on the pitch and save the day and lift my terrible mood at this point in time. Hypothetical question from Dean. If he makes changes to Roman game, brings on Kudus, etc., why did he rotate to start with? Might as well go out and save them for Brentford. I don't think Lopetegui's done really anything wrong in this sense, because, like a minutes thing, how much people play. I think if anything, what went wrong, I don't know if he's fucked off. I don't know what the halftime team talk is that doesn't switch players on, or maybe just play it incredibly safe for the first 10 minutes, or remind Soler that running is an important thing in football. Don't know who Paqueta's coming on for yet. Still can't see.
So it's Chiesa and Jota off. Oh, Antonio's coming on.
Really?
Antonio's coming on, so that must be for
Oh,
Ings, Paqueta for Souček.
Okay, well, Michail Antonio, prove your worth as Salah comes on. Who did Salah go off for?
Chiesa, and who's the other one? Went off Jota.
Great.
World Cup winner and Salah. We get Antonio.
Bone attacks. Oh, probably should have got the ball through a bit better. Somerville there. We need to attack. When we attack, they're not set up at all. They're all over the place.
Panicking,
It's been like that for the last 10 minutes, and it's still like that now.
Oh, go on.
We need to see this. We need to see that their midfield is as lazy as Carlos Soler was. There's no reason why there's not a goal in this for us. 30 minutes left. Players we've got on the pitch now should be good enough to fashion a chance. Referee, stupid fucking idiot. Gave that barely contact. Whereas Kudus is on the bench.
Rested him for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, like putting on Antonio's it's not that bad because Liverpool are playing high. They're playing open. So this is a kind of game where you could put balls through for Antonio now for 30 minutes. If he's got 30 minutes of fitness in him, Antonio should be able to have some form of impact in this game. We just need to not, as we fucking rush it, we just need to not fucking rush it. Yes, we're 2-1 down. There's enough of the game left that when we've got possession, don't just try a hopeful one.
Yeah, it's not panic stations, but we've not had too much.
Yeah, I mean, when they've got the ball, we're obviously going to be impatient. I mean, at this point, Soler's pushing up to their defense to get the ball back, but that's probably a bad idea, just to leave gaps.
Yeah, I'd have kept Ings on rather than bringing Antonio on. Don't know what we're learning.
Having Antonio on the pitch is okay, if like I say, because if we think we're going to counter, that could have been bad. Kilman got very lucky there.
Did, wrong side.
Because Kilman basically tried to and failed to outmuscle Curtis Jones, who looks very easy to outmuscle.
Oh, that's a yellow card.
The referee gives us a free kick. Outstanding. Truly amazing. And he gives the Liverpool player a yellow card.
Yeah, he looks terrible. I mean, that's such a blatant... you won't see an easier yellow card all season.
We can get a goal here if we just switch on. Don't rush things. When we get possession, if we snatch possession, win possession, it bobbles around and we win a 50-50, don't just instantly try and lay it off. Just take a moment. You've got the players on the pitch. Take a moment, get it to Paqueta, get it to Somerville. If there's a ball onto Antonio, just take a fucking moment rather than just thump it around the place.
Free kick to West Ham. Can pump it into the box.
Yeah, I don't really know why.
Eventually.
Ball goes in.
Reswell floats one.
I knew. As soon as I saw a Liverpool player fall over, I knew the ref would give that. They're not going to replay it. They replay the shitty goal where Soufal, he's just so far out of position. Oh, that wasn't the goal. That was the same pattern of play as the goal. I thought they were replaying.
Kilman's getting killed.
Yeah.
Guy pulled his arm. That's fleeting. That's probably as much. That's probably more. Sorry, I should say than we should have had.
Liverpool attack up the right wing, punt it over to the left. Soufal kind of clears it. Bowen, Soufal again tries to claim he was fouled, but referee will not give him that. And it's Liverpool
Bad
throw.
touch.
My God, we are 2-1 down, but we're not playing a superior team. I think it's just we're taking the whole away thing, perhaps away at Anfield thing, too seriously. Curtis Jones is getting too much space, and he's not the world's best player, so we need to be aware of where he is in cover. Soler tries to come
Here we go.
Shoots pretty
Alvarez
shit.
shoots. Bowen to follow up. Corner.
Oh.
Not a bad shot from Soler.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's a shot. We've had another shot.
I mean, if he had his, he could have floated it over the keeper there. You might say, yeah, easy for me to say he's a professional footballer. So, whatever his name is, Keller, I don't know, Keller, I forgot his name. Corner for West Ham. 65 minutes. Aaron Cresswell lines up a corner. Ball comes in, swinging in, goes nowhere. Antonio tries to run over to the left wing to get it. He's got no one to pass to. Holds on to the ball.
Did well there.
Sunville goes in, gets it.
It was too weak.
Tries to hit it.
Fuck.
Ball goes in.
Oh, Bowen got in the way.
Oh, you can't do.
Oh, what's he doing?
How?
Oh, looked like he fell over. Kilman looked like he kicked his own leg. Oh.
I thought he had a chance to swing for it then, and he seemed to take another little step. I thought he had his. Oh God! Oh, he just.
Yeah, he sort of tripped.
Yeah.
Weird.
He just tripped over his. Oh fucking!
I don't know what he was doing. What was he doing there?
There are chances. Oh God, Alvarez could have been sent off for that one. There was no contact made.
Yeah, lunge.
If he'd have made any contact there, he got a yellow for the. It was, I mean, yeah, that was just stupid. No way he was going to get that. Studs up, foot in the air. I don't know why he still does this thing. Like, you can't train that out of Alvarez, apparently.
No, he's quite.
He's on a yellow, so that's bad enough. Easily could have been off. 66 minutes. We need to just continue doing some of the same things. It hasn't been that bad.
Yeah, that was bad by Kilman. I mean, I don't know what that was. I can't work out what he was actually doing there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a kind of defensive, nosebleed, rush of blood to the head thing. I mean, he's supposed to be good on the ball, but just try and hit the fucking thing. It doesn't need to be the cleanest chance in the world. If there's anything, in that chance, just swipe at it. Oh dear.
Oh, sorry.
Shamrock Dan says when you're drawing.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. I haven't been able to pay attention to anything apart from this game. Paqueta, lovely pass, Sunville. So we've got the players, we've got the attackers to keep attacking for the next 30 minutes. Cresswell bobbles up.
Well, that was a hoof.
I mean, the game plan it should be a good one, which is just give it to Paqueta from now on. Goes over to Soufal, right wing, cross nowhere.
Crosses in. Oh,
we go for handball, but to be honest, even if it hit his hands, it was right in front of his chest.
We're never getting anything.
No. I mean, I think that it was right in front of him, it looked to me. I don't know why the players are even bothering. There's no VAR. So even if whatever they think.
Is he talking to the lino? Or is he going to give Lopo a yellow card?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to go over and be a complete dick and make himself the center of attention because he's the referee. Yeah, he's going to give a yellow card. A fucking dickhead. Well done. Like, just, I mean, the psychological weakness.
Let's have another look. Replay.
Now. Actually, that might have been helpful.
I don't think it was in the replay. Funnily enough, let's have a look.
Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it hit him.
No, it was hit his nuts first and bounced on his arm.
Yeah.
It looked like
I mean, the only thing I can hope for in the world of no VAR in this game is that the referee might feel that he's given us enough no's. 50 no's and a yes is still a yes.
We are going forward though. It's got a yellow card in that as well.
This game is there. There's something in this game for us, I'm telling you. If we can just not be stupid for the next 30 minutes. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, okay, so that was wild. Oh, Soler, sorry. Who's that?
Yeah. I mean, if he's going to be a bit lazy and jog around the pitch with lovely hair, then he needs to hit the target when given the opportunity. Oh, and it fell nicely for him as well.
Yeah. He
just lashed at it. Could have let it drop even more.
Mm. But we're getting chances now. We're winning the ball.
I mean, I don't know who. Is anyone watching this quicker than us? Or are they watching? Oh, they're probably watching it behind us. It's just some of the. So when you see some of the comments in the chat, you don't know if that's coming in the next 15 seconds or happened a minute ago.
I think some people are ahead of us. I don't know how. Because we're all watching it on Sky. They've got better internet.
How dare they? We're the team attacking here. If we hadn't made that stupid mistake, I mean, Soufal looks like a fucking. When I say grandmother, I'm not being mean to grandmothers. Cleared by Paqueta, brings it out.
Oh, too much. Done too much.
Unbelievable.
We've been unlucky to get that, I think.
Oh, fuck. Get Soufal off the pitch. Even though, with the players we've got on, I don't think we need to make an attacking substitution. I just think bring on Wan-Bissaka and Emerson because Soufal looks done for pace-wise at this level. He was never the fastest player. But just when he runs, I mean, I used to try and stick up for Soufal, but when he runs, I just lose my patience. Because he's basically at half the pace of everyone else. At this moment, is Paqueta staying down injured?
2-2 and pens. We'll take that.
Well, yeah. We've been fine. We've been probably, I'd say the better team for the last 10 minutes. We've had more attacks, but we're just rushing it. Understandable because we're down. We need to rush it at the levels that we are.
You say that you think we've looked good for the last 10 minutes, but they've had 51% possession. Or 51% in their penalty area, or their final third. I think that was the thing that flashed up.
No, I don't think so. Not 51%. Oh, we've had 51% in their final third.
That's what the thing flashed up. I mean, the last 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, last 5 minutes.
Right.
So we have been pushing a bit more, but we can't just keep doing it in 5 minutes. That's the problem.
If we just realise we have the players on the pitch to make this work, no matter they just brought on Salah and McAllister, whatever.
Yeah, Salah's not really had a touch. Not they needs many. That's the problem.
Paqueta, this he takes the right possession, passes it through to Somerville nicely, takes it back in the right position, tries to dink it through to Bowen. Probably going to be given offside. No, Bowen kind of gets
gone down too easy.
Bowen says it was a corner. He's never going to get it. You're never going to get anything off this ref.
No.
They'll replay it now. See if it was
it a corner. Yeah. Oh, then I think he may fell on it right at the end. I don't think it was a corner.
Yeah. See, Liverpool attack up the left wing, but Curtis Jones still unmarked. Doesn't need to be unmarked there. Goes to Salah on the right. Oh, God. Who wasn't tracking that?
Oh, good save. Oh, no. Got the rebound. Salah. I think he doesn't need many touches. And that's
lazy.
It's game over.
It's just not tracking. It's just... It's just weak moments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dodginess going on in that goal. Curtis Jones has too much space in midfield. All right, let's see what happens. So Curtis Jones can turn and pass, and then that young one, I don't know what his name is, Bradley maybe, just completely untracked. I mean, that's just a nonsense goal.
Yeah. We look at Paqueta and...
If anything, that was Somerville's fault. He showed his just lack of...
Watch Paqueta and Soler in this, though. Both of them just watching. But Alvarez not.
So
yeah, we're not sharp enough. Joshua, I feel you are correct, mate. It's going to these watch-alongs are going to be painful for us. It'd be nice to have some positivity, but I don't want to be doing watch-alongs for a relegation season. This is going to be horrible.
I think Lopetegui's giving the fourth official a sarcastic thumbs up. It's just we were 2-1 down. We were in it. And we were attacking, and then their goal is just like gentle passing. It wasn't like the greatest passing moves that you know. They won't be talking about that in years to come. It was just a basic passing move.
Oh, Creswell. Oh, why don't you shoot?
That was a weird choice from Creswell.
Just put your foot through it.
Yeah, I mean their goals. First half goal was similar. 2 goals in this second half. Oh, was he going to send off Alvarez? Yep.
Yeah. And that's a red card. Down to 10 men. Now, a question there. Loppy doesn't fancy Kudus. I mean, just there's no point bringing him on now. Just this game's gone. Get some subs on. He's been crap all game. He's had a couple of good tackles, but his passing is woeful. Alvarez. And that's just...
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even need to make that tackle. He's still got these terrible mistakes in him.
Yeah, so definitely...
There's no reason for that tackle. I'm just somewhere up the right wing where Salah wasn't particularly going anywhere, doing anything. I mean, yeah, Irving and Kudus come on now. We're at absolute miracle-seeking time.
Did you just see Kudus' face then? It was very much a face that said... What is the effing point? Yeah. Cheers, boss. Fuck's sake. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, if anything, I mean, Soler's been on the pitch for too long. I'm not sure that subbing him would have stopped those goals because it was multiple players not being aware of what was going on around them, just in a basic way of opposition players running through.
Just to lift everybody's mood, Fluffy. Yeah, we do have to remember that this is the second string Liverpool team. It's not even their first team, so.
I don't know what game. Finally, Soler gets off the pitch. I don't know what game Alvarez is going to miss now. For if it's not, maybe if it is the very next one.
I think it might be.
Unless it's like if it's 2 days away that they need a number of days to do a thing. So,
Bowen off as well.
Yeah. I think at 2-1, we weren't doing badly. Obviously, easy to say now changes should have been made, but once you see Soler for the second goal jogging, and Soufal has been worrying me all game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like that. I still don't think they're that bad in terms of like bad mistakes, what we saw in the Chelsea game.
Panic stations. Can't play anything into Antonio. Oh, this is just hard. This is hard.
Yeah.
I must admit, if you're a travelling away fan, would you just go and get the train now and start heading back?
I think the last train was at 9:30.
Oh, really?
So you're just royally fucked now. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Liverpool were given this fixture at home for absolutely no good reason.
Mental.
Oh, God, Liverpool hit the post. Comes back to Fabianski.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot that was. That had gone in. He got a hand to that, didn't he? I think he did. Yeah, great save. God, an absolute screamer from Liverpool.
Yeah, this cup is rigged anyway. I mean, someone said earlier in a comment on one of the videos, like even if we won this, we'd just be like City or Arsenal away next anyway. So that does kind of put it into perspective. Neil says scoring first felt good. It's the life of a West Ham fan. At least we scored.
True, Marky boy.
Yeah, I mean, the guaranteed home ties, so they can do this and do that and be in Europe and something or other. I mean, honestly, who cares? Honestly, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Steve. We were in it. You can't really blame the manager. It's just if you want to blame the manager, it's because he just left Soler on the pitch at the time when he hadn't done much in the first half, which wasn't his fault. But he was just a lot of jogging.
Now, we were saying at the beginning of the game, West Ham on the attack, Somerville hits it, just past the post. We were saying at the beginning of the game that really we weren't going to win this, but we were looking for a better performance. Do you think it's a better performance?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Someone should have got that on target. It's a better performance. You know, Todibo proved himself.
Somerville's looked lively.
Somerville's been fine. I mean, he was a bit to blame for the goal because, I mean, he is still a young player, so it's not really, that bad. Yeah, James says, not Lopetegui's fault. We've played better. Steve, I don't blame him for this one. Rob says their first goal was offside. We didn't get the pen rigged. Paul says a lot better than the last cup match.
It's not over yet.
Max was wondering how they can take confidence from this. It's not about taking confidence. They just need to wake up and realize that other teams are scoring against us too easily. And in this case, it's not because of the tactics. It's just because of just basics. Something to do with the players. Even if Soler comes on the pitch, someone needs to tell him that this isn't just like gentle PSG run around time when you're playing like Dijon at home for PSG or whatever. Brian says creating chances, not taking them. Ivalo Ivanov, what did you expect from this one performance? Even at 2-1 down, I had some expectations.
Yeah, I think they gave us hope. I think there was hope there. There was glimmers, but yeah, Liverpool just very strong. Even their B team. I know. There's comments there that it's their B team, but they've got enough strong players there.
Yeah, I mean, Russ bought the game. Russ won Liverpool man of the match. Yeah, the linesman has one basic job to do, and he didn't do it. Even without VAR. I don't know. I mean, Dylan says he doesn't like the look of Floppy being an idiot on the touchline. In this case, I'm quite glad he's being pissed off.
Looks like he wants to go to sleep now.
He looks like I feel. He looks a bit pissed off. a bit robbed. He's probably a bit pissed off with his players, but most of all pissed off with the officials that they're not doing their basic job, which is not it's not being biased, but offside is offside. Like your linesman is what you're supposed to be busy doing.
Do agree with that, Neil.
Yep. Yeah, Chippy, we are clutching at straws, but that's the only.
That's what we got.
Yeah, ref too scared to make a decision on the handball. Didn't want to be criticised for it on Sky. Crow says Bowen's our best player. I mean, he's done well. It's just the game. Like in our you'd think that you've got Alvarez. You class him as a defensive midfielder. Centre back pairing was fine. It just seems like we need someone else and different in midfield that isn't in our current squad. Like someone who's going to actually pick up runners and do marking.
Bowen is our best player, but
that in his,
he's not been good.
I don't know if Andy Irving has that in his toolkit. Hammer 1999 says Lopetegui takes full blame. Maybe. I don't blame him. If you want to, go ahead. Hasib says Slayer will come good. I think he's a good player, but I just don't know if he's a Premier League player. Loppy looks rough.
Yeah, he does. He looks dejected.
Axel Somerville put in an effort. Gordon Alvarez doesn't help himself. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty stupid. Pretty thick. Dean's lost it.
Yeah, he's not won any fans over so far, Dean. I totally agree with that, mate.
Yeah, Shamrock has just dropped into schoolboy humour. Trojan is the real reason people picking on Bowen. Anyway, Antonio brings it forward. Amounts to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we actually win a game, it's going to feel amazing. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that I don't have to listen to Jamie Carragher. That is the positive of him talking nonsense. Chris says last two games, Somerville's looked our best player. Lopetegui looks broken.
Mm-hmm. I want to see an interesting one from Paul. It's time for the Super League, the big teams to break away. Premier League is like a repeating panto. Yeah, but then that just puts us in the Championship, basically.
Liverpool could have scored, but it was cleared by Kilman. 80, coming up to 87 minutes. Oh my God.
God, what a terrible pass.
Dave said, with decent officiating, this game is still 1-1, or 2-2. Josh says, let's see how we form the weekend. 3 points would be nice. Now we just have the league to focus on, being out of the cup.
I mean, what would be the starting 11 against Brentford then?
I mean,
what's this taught us? What has he learned?
My starting 11 is always Emerson, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, Alvarez. I'd still go Rodriguez. I just think the game tactic, the setup was wrong against Chelsea, but I just go Alvarez, Rodriguez, Paqueta, and then Kudus, Bowen, Somerville. Just because I think that's our strongest setup, and then we need to play to it.
We're not a fan of Rodriguez at all.
We need to realise these players. Sorry, but the officials lost us the game. Troy says, problem seems to be right. So no matter who plays their crest, some have done well. Yeah, I mean, Soufal's been basic at best.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, Troy, then, if the problem's on the right side, who do you put there? Because Bowen's been playing there. He's not been amazing.
I think Wan-Bissaka probably had too much to do against Chelsea. Was told to go up the pitch, even though he doesn't really know what he's doing. Yeah, bring Lewis Orford into the squad, says Dave. Fluffy Python, Liverpool feel a strong team. We'll be 5-6 down now. Doesn't see the team coming together. I think they still could. Like the Chelsea one was easy to figure out what we did wrong. The Fulham game was easy to figure out what we did wrong. In this game, we were doing okay. I guess if you want to figure it out, it is just giving Soler too much game time at this point. I think if he'd had us say 45, and then we were like, all right, thanks for your time jogging around, Carlos, but second half, they might actually try and pass the ball through us, make a change. I mean, I still don't really know what Irving is or does. I don't know what his best position is. I don't know what his best attributes are. I don't know how limited he is in either attack or defense. Liverpool scored one more.
Another one.
4-1.
4-1. Again, just too passive, just standing off players.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more aggression, but not in the Alvarez way.
And I don't know, Rodriguez has got that.
Okay, coming up to 90 minutes. Well, it's been another shit show. Someone said stop blaming the ref, but no, I refuse to.
I don't think you can blame the ref for 4-1. So I know he's killed the game, but that's near post. So I mean, you know what's coming.
Match fixed cup. I mean, it is fixed. Even if you want to say don't blame the ref, they were just given a home tie. So
way too easy.
Iron Clem, if there's no VAR, who's ref listening to? I don't know. Sky Sports.
We've got a Queen album on or something.
Dylan says Antonio looks good at sub. Neil says at least we're having a go at 87 minutes. Luffy says Moyes must be loving this. He probably is, but if we improve, then he'll, he can shut up.
What a touch by Somerville.
Still on the 60 games, 1 win situation. Andy Irving has a shot.
Well,
I think probably just play Andy Irving instead of Soler. I think if he was called Irvinho and looked different, then he'd probably get. If his hair was better, it's a fashion game. Plus 5 minutes. We have 4 minutes left. So remind everyone at this point a few things. Firstly, if you have enjoyed interacting with your fellow West Ham fans, then check out Patreon. All the links and everything are just below in the description, and you get what can only be described as a hell of a lot of content on Patreon. Not only us two mugs, but you get a lot of different West Ham fan content there. You get analysis of games. Gio and Gonzo do a non-football chat, which is pretty entertaining for 30 or 40 minutes when they just talk about random nonsense. You get a lot of other West Ham fans coming in, patrons making their own content, talking about random things, not just like what's gone in the last game and to come, but trips down memory lane and different things like that. So check out Patreon. Just give it a go. I think there's 7 days free if you choose one membership. It's all explained below. So have a look at it. Please join us for Brentford. I will try to lift my spirits and not sound like just a completely miserable twat.
It's hard not to.
This is
so hard not to.
This is the best I can do. This is me as happy as I can be in my life right now. But yeah, join us again for Brentford. Stick around after this because Gio will give his thoughts. I don't know if he'll be like me, where he just feels like the life has been sucked out of him by just low quality football.
Oh, and another one's gone in. 5-1.
Yep. Good. Great.
Come on, full time. I've had enough of this. Get Gio on. For God's sake. Let him dissect this crap.
5-1.
I mean, our defence is absolutely shocking. I tell you, we do need a big weakness. Big weakness is keepers. Neither of them are very good. Not a fan of either. Not a fan of Areola.
I like Areola.
No,
I think I think he makes good saves. And
He's a mute. He's an absolute mute. Doesn't talk. He's the most quiet goalkeeper. Doesn't command his area at all. Really good shot stopper. Terrible at organising.
All I want from a keeper is a good shopper. I think Fabianski's past it. I think he's been close to being past it. I'm not blaming him for this game. And the 5-1 scoreline, we're down to 10 men. Players have given up. I mean, Soufal has been pretty abysmal for the whole game. If you want to pick out a key mistake, Soler doesn't. I don't think he's going to rapidly change his game. He doesn't really look fit for the league. Yeah, this isn't a league game, but
we're heading that way. Neil.
I mean, I'm not against Lopetegui. I don't think Lopetegui's been that bad. A lot of teams lose football games. We don't support City. So the loss is going to happen. The mistakes are going to happen. I think you see this, any team, you see their social media, they lose a game and they go mental. And then when you're not a fan of that club, you just think, oh, it wasn't that bad. For me, I don't really put this game as a minus against Lopetegui particularly. I'm a bit pissed off at the way we've lost because I think at points in this game it was there for us.
I think 5-1 is harsh. We've been crap. But have we been 5-1 crap? I don't know.
I mean, we've been crap, but I'm not angry about it. I was angry against the Chelsea game, against Chelsea. I'm not angry now. I just think I just think mistakes have been made. I don't expect perfection from my football team.
Yes. It's finished.
I just think if there's any learnings, I think Carlos Soler has a fancy name and a nice haircut, but I reckon Andy Irving puts in more effort if you gave him the chance. I think the fantastic news is that we can now focus on our push into the top 3 of the Premier League without this Carabao stuff to be worrying about, and give the FA Cup our full attention. So that's it from us. Check out Patreon below. Just give it a minute of your time because there's a lot of decent chit chat on there. And then stick around for Gio, and please join us again where I will drink a lot of energy drinks and sugar and get hyperactive for the Brentford game and act as if this hasn't been a big pile of shit.
It can only get better, fans. It can only get better.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.